Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. Talk about it. Tell the truth. God and country in the booth. We stand strong. We hold the line. Won't shut up. Not this time. Hands on heart, eyes up high. We were made to testify. Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. God and country. We stand right. Truth on fire. We won't hide. USA. USA. Side by side. Let them hear us. Clear and loud. One small voice can move a crowd. Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. God and country. We stand right. Truth on fire. We won't hide. USA. USA. Side by side.
I love collective ownership. When something goes wrong, I get to blame everyone else. The great thing about collective ownership is that no one can exploit you, except the guy who controls the committee. The factory belongs to the workers now, but the workers are a little busy denouncing each other to the thought police. The system is perfect. We just need a few more meetings to figure out why nothing is getting done. The economy is like a group project. Everyone always contributes equally. Nothing motivates people like knowing that the results of their hard work will be enjoyed by people who didn't contribute. The government has done such a great job managing every industry that you don't even have to worry about competing with anyone. The Great Leap Forward proved that you can move forward without actually going anywhere. We can't allow businesses to make money. Who knows what they would do with all those resources? Like improve our quality of life. Why should innovators be rewarded? They already had the fun of innovating. The problem with profit is that it encourages people to make things. We need more time for meetings.
Well,
She's completely right. She's completely right.
I know she's got it all figured out, doesn't she?
She does. Absolutely. Thank God there are people like that who actually are voting age.
I know.
And they all live in New York and California. Hello, my friend.
How'd y'all like the intro?
That new intro is Mike Cook's endeavors. There were just a few things on there. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this gave me chills. This is great because for one thing, I look a whole lot tougher and meaner than I actually am in real life. And you made me skinnier. Thank you for making me skinnier than I am in real life.
I didn't do much about it. It was all the AI. I just pushed in the information and it did its thing. So
there's some things on there that I was wondering about. Like, why is the Statue of Liberty sprouting wings and flying away?
Because our liberty's flying away and we got to do something.
Was that it? Okay. All right. Well, see, I'm putting too much thought into it then.
Yeah. AI does its own thing. I was just messing around to see what I could come up with.
I thought maybe she hates New York so much now that Mom Dominique, she's out of there.
That may be it too.
There's another thing too, where you and I are walking through a door, and all of a sudden we stop and we turn and we go back, like there's some kind of loud noise that scared us or something. I was like, "What happened there? Why was that? Why did we do that?"
We probably went in the door and saw Zoltron. That's probably what happened.
Right towards the end, we're really close.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward.
That's what I thought. What are we about to
They're
kiss?
trying to
Really?
get
Are
it
we
on the
about to kiss?
screen, though, 'cause it's on the setup for like the cell phone. So
Yeah. Will they let you go landscape on that, or is it always going to be that up and down?
that they
portrait
don't.
mode?
That particular app doesn't give me the option to go landscape.
Mm.
They're only doing. It is what it is.
Technology and not
I
really
know.
being friendly.
I
Hello,
know.
my friends. I'm Charlie Simons, and that is Mike Cook, and we talk about it every Tuesday. We move the time to 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central. I hope that's easier for you all who've been tuning in on the East Coast and up in Canada and everything, who have been bailing out because it starts going too long when Mike and I ramble. But I know I feel your pain. If I was watching us, there's just no way I could tune away. I would probably forsake everything. I'd forsake my job. I'd lose sleep over it just so I could keep watching us. But that's just me. Was it my
Well,
taste?
that would not be me, because when I
Oh.
stop doing things in the evening time, that's it. It's over.
That's it. You're done.
I'm done. Well, why are you snoring? Because I'm asleep.
Because I'm asleep.
I mean, the other reason, right?
Yeah.
So we got lots to talk about today. We kind of didn't have a lot of time to put together and say what we were going to talk about that we end up not talking about anyway. So this will be good.
Exactly. It's a hodgepodge. Mike and I are going to be surprising each other throughout the entire show.
I love collective
Oh,
ownership.
whoa! I'm sorry. I
See,
thought that was
stuff
off
like
the screen.
that. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
That's exciting. See, that just adds to the whole actually live thing. Speaking of live thing, would you like this broadcast wherever you're watching right now? You'll help the algorithms that way. It's just a reality of how it is trying to do any kind of online show and get some growth going and some audience going. The platform you're on will pay attention and actually promote you more if you already have people who are liking the shows and commenting, but it's got to be 5 words or more. Otherwise, it's counted as a bot. So I love Charlie and Mike show. There you go. Now you're not a bot.
Yep. My audience being
That's
live,
not
you
the
don't
chat
do.
room, by the way. If you don't mind, that's not in the chat room, by the way. That's actually commenting down below wherever you're watching. So follow. If you're on Rumble, please start following Rumble channels. And share the show when we're done tonight.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here. Glad you're here. Welcome.
Yes. And I'm glad y'all are here too, because if not, it'd just be me and Charlie talking to each other, and we would have a good time, but you wouldn't. So, I've got something. I've got Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell put out a video of his greatest hits, and he's not dead. That's what they all say. They've got him at the hospital. They say he's convalescing. I say he's in the nursing home. However you want to look at it. I mean, it's just, and I don't think he's coming out. Just my opinion. Now some of the conspiracy theorists will say he's dead down in Gitmo and he's an Edgar suit, but whatever you want to believe is fine with me. I don't care. Well, it is what it is. So here's Mitch McConnell's official I'm not dead yet.
I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm watching TV. I'm looking at you. Fuck you. I'm dead again. I'm up. I can run faster than a bitch around the house.
So that's the Mitch McConnell. I got all these doggone buttons that I don't know which buttons to push. I'm sorry. I can't get us back on the screen. Here we go. I got a new system. So
did you? How exciting.
And
it's working well for you so far.
I'm so used to doing things a certain way. My muscle memory's all screwed up. I don't know where the buttons are. Anyways, in a week or two, I'll have it.
Well, you should watch our intro again, where I'm playing the soundboard like some kind of a key.
I saw that. In the first flash to the soundboard, that's a Behringer X32 soundboard. I said, cool. I like that soundboard. But the other ones, I don't know what they are. But that was a legit. It was a simulation of a Behringer X32. I looked at that, so that's what that is. I recognized it. Anyways, soundboard stuff. Good. Jeff Lockington knows what I'm talking about. He's in there in the chat room, so he knows what I'm talking about. He's a sound guy.
Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm looking for a little something I found on Mitch McConnell, where he's literally just staring off into space, and I'm sorry you brought it up.
Have I ever showed you my Mitch McConnell impersonation?
Let's see it.
This is it. Well, this is it right here.
It's good. It's well done. Seriously, it's like he was right here in the room.
I know it's the best one. I could do the Mitch McConnell the best because all you got to do is just sometimes, Facebook just does it on its own. It just freezes. And then there you go, Mitch McConnell. So it's great.
Your mouth needs to be downturned, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It's got to be open. And it kind of goes something like this. It kind of goes something like this. I want to talk about the Senate.
We're awful. So what'd you think about, let me put you on the spot. What'd you think about Lindsey Graham? The news that Lindsey Graham came back from Ukraine.
It was actually kind of shocking.
And gets a little aorta problem going on. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire and he's dead. And I see, of course, immediately all the people getting on there going, ha ha, glad he's gone. He was awful. And those are people on the right.
Well, here's the thing. Rush Limbaugh affectionately called him Lindsey Grahamnesty. So I've been calling him that for years. Lindsey Grahamnesty. And that came from back in the 90s. Well, there wasn't an amnesty bill for illegal aliens that he wasn't a favor of. He was all in favor of the amnesty bills. He's changed his tune with Rush or with Trump. And I've always been the guy. Now, some people are going to say this is mean, but I'm not being mean. I'm being real. Okay.
Well, that's why I brought it up so we could all just see how mean you are.
Well, he's probably didn't make it into heaven. I don't know when he was laying there with his aorta bleeding out into his chest, dying from a massive heart attack.
He cried out to the Lord, and
I don't know, but his lifestyle told me that he was not a Christian. And Lindsey Grahamnesty has never been married. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have any kids. And the rumor has it that he favored younger men and would pay to get it. But I don't know. I'm just saying there are signs when someone's a Christian, and he didn't have any of those. So when someone said that he probably met up with his good friend John McCain in the afterlife, probably. So it's not just
and I was definitely not a McCain fan, but I'm not going to celebrate his passing, not one bit. Nor Mitch McConnell's. And I think that McConnell is most likely at this point brain dead and being kept on life support. They're waiting until after they don't have to do a special election kind of thing because they don't know who they're going to get in there.
I don't know if he's brain dead, but he's needed to be in a nursing home for the last 3 years.
Oh yeah,
brain dead or not brain dead.
Oh yeah,
and it's basically elder abuse the way they treated him, trying to hold on to that seat.
Same thing to Joe Biden. Same thing with Biden.
Yeah. Yep.
And him in there all the time.
Biden shouldn't, and they still touting Biden out, and he's giving speeches. I just want to say that I'm so happy to be here. It's kind of,
you gotta have the touch on the face thing.
and
which, by the way, did you realize? I studied a lot of this, law enforcement and military. That is an indicator of somebody's lying.
Is that what it is?
When they're talking to you and they touch their face a lot?
I just thought maybe he had some sort of venereal disease and he was itchy all over. I don't know.
You could have said dick. No, you went right for the STD. Yes,
well,
there are. That's my boy right there.
Joe too. There is rumors about Joe too that he, liked to partake in certain activities when he was a younger man. I don't think he does anymore because I don't think he knows he exists. But so yes. Anyways,
I've seen videos. Unfortunately, so there's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. One is
the 1995 story the mainstream networks don't want on your feed today. It was the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. The greatest generation was ready for one last march through the streets of New York City, but the city had failed them. The Veterans Day Parade was broke. It was officially canceled. These heroes were told there was no money left for their honor. But then, a 49-year-old businessman stepped out of the shadows. He didn't just post a message. He wrote a personal check for $200,000 and didn't stop there. He called every wealthy friend he had and raised another $300,000 in just days. $500,000 just to ensure those heroes got their parade. This was 30 years ago, long before the campaigns, long before the politics. So ask yourself, why is this specific moment being erased from the history books today?
Why is nobody talking about this?
Why is nobody talking about these? It's a good question.
Because
though.
nobody cares.
It's a valid question. I think a lot of us do care, especially when they're running down my president constantly. And the whole bombastic nature of his speech, where there's never been anything greater, everything's great, this is the greatest ever, never in history, it's never been better, gets old. That's his style.
That's his style. Yeah.
It's kind of worked for him. But there are things that he's done that I'm finding out more and more that I don't find out from him. He doesn't brag about these things. He doesn't talk about these things like what he did for that when a rapper at his apartment or his building, the Trump Tower, went, dang it, why can't I think of her name now? Not a rapper per se, a singer, actress, lost her parents and something. Anyway, put her up for like half a year, no rent, anything, until she got back on her feet. This kind of stuff is prevalent. A homeless woman who they found in the building, Trump Tower, again, New York, who had been finding a way to live away or sneak away somewhere in the building. And they discovered her, and President Trump, not president at the time, said, give her a place to stay. Like, I want to meet her and give her a room, and let's help her out. Let's get her back on her feet.
Didn't
see if we
he give
can
her
help
a job too? I think he gave her a job too.
Yeah. And he doesn't brag about those things.
Nope.
So when he's talking about,
And
I'm
you
the
think
greatest
about
negotiator.
what the Bible says.
Right.
It
Never
says
let
when
your
you
left
do
hand
these
know what your right
things,
hand is doing.
Well, not only that, but when you do these things, do them in secret, and God will reward you in public. But if you do it in public, God will reward. You will have your reward.
You got your reward right there. Yeah. Exactly.
He's bombastic. He's loud. He likes beautiful women. He does crazy things. He does unexpected things in his public
Sounds
persona.
like me.
But in
Sounds
his
like me.
private life, people tell me that know him, or I've seen interviews. Not people tell me, but I've seen interviews of people over the years, books written, that in his private life, he's nothing like that. He's putting on a show. It's part of the brand. So the other one that I heard was, well, I think it's the Rockefeller Center skating rink. There was a skating rink. Maybe it was in the park there. There was a skating rink in New York, and the city had bungled it, and they were going to destroy it because they couldn't take care of it. And he came in and rebuilt it and saved the skating rink. The other thing is, there was a woman somewhere that had a daughter that had some sort of rare disease, and she had to fly from New York to California, or California to New York, something like that. And she couldn't get the funds. And this was way back before GoFundMe or social media or anything like that. And he found out about it. He sent his plane. I said, if you guys need anything else, you just let me know. And didn't make a fuss about it. Just did it.
I love that.
And that's not the only story like that. There are multiple
Right,
stories
exactly.
where
There's a
somebody
lot of
needed to
them.
get somewhere, and he sent his plane. So, and speaking of that, did you see that E. Jean Carroll got paid her $5 million today for her lawsuit? Did you see that?
Tell me more.
Well, I just saw it on the news that E. Jean Carroll, she sued Trump. She won because Trump molested her. The jury did not say that he raped her. They just said that he sexually assaulted her in a changing stall at a big swanky New York City department store sometime between 1990 in 1996. She's not really sure or remember exactly when it happened. And the
No,
reason
I
she's not
remember.
sure or exact, because Donald Trump probably has 10 executive secretaries whose job it is to record everything he does, everything he's been. He's got a whole schedule, and you understand, a guy of that, with those kind of business, that kind of power, he doesn't keep a calendar. He has someone keep a calendar for him. And so every place Donald Trump's ever been is written down. So if she came out and said on January 28th, 1993, I was there and he was there and this happened, he could go, let's see. Yeah, on that date I was in Berlin. So right? So that's why they didn't ever come up with a date.
An
But anyways,
exact day or close to
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
he lost, and it was a $5 million payout that she gets. And it would always
In New York. In New York.
In New York, and the Supreme Court chose not to hear it, so that's it. He has no appeal, and so there was $5 million set in escrow while he appealed, and now got paid out. That got him. That got him. He's a 100 billionaire now, by the way, because his businesses, while he was not president, really did well, and so he's 100 billionaire now. And do you understand that when his son, Don Jr., gets on, what we got going on here? My screen just went blank. Oh, did you hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you, but you did freeze up, but we still hear your audio.
Okay. On Trump, when his son, Don Jr., gets on Trump Force One and flies out to California or something, it's well over $5 million for fuel on the plane. So like, they don't care. That's a decimal point error in their budget. That they don't care. $5 million does not affect Donald Trump in one little tiny itty bitty bit. So, but she got paid. She's excited, and she'll be broke by next year. But that's a whole nother story.
Speaking of people getting paid and being excited, a lot of teachers who were all thrilled that Charlie Kirk had been murdered. Their students know where they are on social media. These idiots encourage their students to follow them on social media. They love posting I need the cuss bell here because this makes me really hot. They love to post on Facebook, and there's little Johnny and little Jenny watching the teacher brag about, the male teacher brag about, me and my husband went and had ice cream at the boardwalk. It was so exciting. These are the things that they're posting on their stupid little social media pages, and kids are following them. They're children that they're teaching and influencing. Not an accident. So these morons, after Charlie Kirk is murdered, go on and celebrate it, talking about how glad they are that he's died, and things that they wrote were just horrific. And the school districts, parents wrote school districts and the schools themselves and the admin and going, what is this? Look what your teacher posted about Charlie Kirk. They were disciplined and many of them fired.
Yeah,
fired over it.
I mean,
well, now there was some kind of a whole bunch of attorneys getting together representing these teachers, and they're getting payouts, but in the millions for restitution, and many of them getting their jobs back. And that is happening right now. And of course they're celebrating it. Watch this.
With one of the protesters about the murder of Charlie Kirk.
I see the wrong video.
Yes. Do you support what happened at Charlie Kirk? Yes, I do.
I know. Hang on. Do-overs. Hang on, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Ham-fisted Charlie trying to do technical work.
Struck us, obviously, this exchange with one of the protesters about the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yes. Do you support what happened at Charlie Kirk? Yes, I do. You do support? So you support assassinating people who believe what I believe. I support assassinating fascists. So, what is a fascist? Girl, I'm not here to have this conversation. You don't. That is fascism.
That was pretty unbelievable. I mean, you point blank asked, do you support what happened to Charlie Kirk? That protester said, yes, I do.
Yeah, it was horrific. As someone who deeply cared about Charlie Kirk, he was a great partner of us at Students for Life. It was horrifying to see someone celebrating that violence. This is a trend that we are seeing. There was a December 2025 Gallup poll that found that 30% of people 18 to 29 years old said that political violence is acceptable. This is insane, and this is a trend that we are seeing constantly on our work on college campuses as we're advocating for life. I have to wear a bulletproof vest on campuses now. We have to bring security in order to just have peaceful conversations about these hard topics. And it's really disappointing, but we certainly aren't deterred, and we're going to keep standing in honor of Charlie Kirk and in honor and in partnership with Turning Points, and we're not backing down, absolutely.
Yeah, it's assassination of Charlie Kirk. I thought
That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. That people think that, but they do. And the other thing is, you take a look at Candace Owens and what she's doing with Erica. That woman is vile. Even still, I mean, she just got all of her conspiracy theories destroyed in court with testimony, evidence, and she's doubled and tripled and quadrupled down since she's been back in the last couple of days, and she's absolutely vile. And it is a demonic spirit, in my opinion. And these people that follow that and believe what she says, in spite of the evidence, you need to check yourself. That's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even watch her anymore. I used to think she was fantastic. I don't have anything to do with her anymore because I'm not interested. When you start talking that way, and especially about an entire race of people, and bashing them, the Jewish people this, Jewish people that, it's the Jews are at fault for everything. I'm gone. You lost me. That's the deepest centuries long kind of discrimination and labeling that causes things like the Holocaust.
Yep. I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and he didn't know this. He was talking about we was talking about an individual, but he kind of lived in the middle on the conversation, and he said, well, maybe they shouldn't be out there doing genocide. And I said, where are they doing genocide? He said, well, with the Palestinians. I said, did you know over the last 2 years the population of Palestine increased?
Has grown.
I said, they're the most horriblest genociders that ever genocided. I mean, they better get better at this genocide stuff,
So I've questioned myself. I have I've been to Israel, and I have many friends who are Jewish, and they are devout. I wish that they would accept our Lord and Savior as their Lord and Savior. I pray that for them, but I'm not going to shun them. I'm not going to shut them out, and I'm not going to try and hurt them in any way. But I've always wondered, and I'll ask my Jewish friends, why are so many of you so stinking liberal? This woman right here, I think, has a great answer that I hadn't thought of before. Watch this.
Okay. I also think the difference between Jews and Christians is that if someone...
I want you to hear it from the start, though. You missed the very first comment she made because it's very, very relevant.
We are the dumbest smart people on earth. Okay. I also think the difference between Jews and Christians is that if someone grew up Christian and now they're secular, what do you call them? Call them an atheist. They're not a Christian. If someone's not practicing and they don't believe in Jesus, and they don't believe in God, they're not Christian. They're an atheist. And when someone's Jewish and they don't go to synagogue and they don't keep commandments and they don't care about Judaism, but they have a Jewish last name, what do you call them? A Jew. And so the problem is not that Jews are on the left. Religious Jews are right wing. But unfortunately, most people are secular. And in the Torah, it says that God promises to make us as numerous as stars in the sky. And I've never taken that sentence literally. And I've always understood it to be that people would always know the Jewish people and we'd always be represented as stars in the sky, not in numbers of population, but just in being known around the world. That is why people think about Jews as liberals.
That and the fact that they keep voting liberal and keep doing liberal things, and they own Hollywood and they own so many other businesses, at least they used to, and they promote their crap, their satanic, demonic crap. And I've had so many questions about that. Why is that? And then I saw her and I realized, oh, shoot, she's absolutely right.
You know what they're like? You know what they're just like? They are just like us. I mean, how many Christians are flaming libs with the rainbows on their churches and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
There's different sects. You know, you've got the extreme religious sects in Judaism, just like you do in Christendom. For example, you've got the long-haired guys that wear the robes and the hats and all this stuff. We've got that too. They call them Amish. I mean, so there's different sects and different belief systems, and it's all. I mean, it was that way in Jesus's day because you had the Pharisees,
Scribes,
and you had the
Pharisees,
and when Paul,
good point.
And the difference is that one was Pentecostal and believed in life after death and believed in angels and miracles and that kind of stuff. That would be the Pharisees. And one didn't believe any of that because they were Baptist. So I mean, if you want to take the relative equivalent. So when Paul was being arrested, and they were trying to, the religious leaders were going against him. He cried out and said that they're persecuting me because I believe in the afterlife. And the Pharisees rose up against the Sadducees and they went to blows over it. So much that the Romans had to move in and settle them down. Okay.
Not an
I'm
accident.
serious.
He knew it was going to cause that.
He did it. It's in Acts. He actually did that because
Absolutely.
he knew the result that he would get. And
Yep.
the Pentecostals and the Baptists going to town on each other. It's just the equivalent of today.
I think what makes it tougher for most people to comprehend or understand is the fact that it's not only a religion, but it's a race. It's a religion and a race of people with the same name.
Yes.
I'm Jewish,
Yes.
but no, I'm not.
And the other thing is that
we
God
don't differentiate that.
God classifies the race, not the religion. He calls out the religion from all through the Bible. He sends his judges when they're doing things they ought not be doing, like in Gideon day when they had a altar to Baal and an Asherah pole in the town, in the center of the town. They're not supposed to do that, but God classifies them genealogy. They are the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so he chose them as a people, not a religion. The religion sprang from that, but he chose them as a people. And that's where a lot of people get it wrong. And then to say, I was talking about this the other day too, since we're on the subject, to say that God has abandoned Israel and the promises that he made and has substituted the church means that God does not keep his promises, and therefore the promises that he made the church may not hold either. If you believe that God abandoned his promises to the Jews, then that God is a God that changes his mind and does not fulfill his promises, then what makes you think he'll fulfill the promises to you for salvation and through Jesus Christ? Because all he has to do is get mad at us and reject us too, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hardcore.
So there is no.
Good luck standing on a corner in Israel trying to read God's word aloud from the New Testament. See how long that lasts.
You'll be just fine. You'll do just fine. Ask Aaron. You can go and read God's word. There's Christian organizations there. Christian
know.
churches there.
I actually attended a Baptist church while I was there in Jerusalem. It was
Yeah,
it was cool.
Robin
It was cool.
Bullock went out there, stood on a mountaintop, and proclaimed prophecies over Israel, saying this was 2 or 3 years ago. I've seen the videos. I could pull them up. I didn't think about it till just now. But 2 or 3 years ago, he stood on a mountaintop and went, war, 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 war over Israel, war.
Well, that's not exactly what I would call new prophecy. I mean, just read the book of Revelation. We know that that's coming.
I understand, but I'm just saying it was there was more to the prophecy than that, but it was like,
I would hope so.
God was preparing. I don't have it all on my right now top of my head. I just remember the video, and I didn't look it up to play it, so I can't play it for you. It was about how that war was about to break out in Israel, and be prepared for it. So whatever that means. Anyways, my point in that is Israel is the only Western style democracy in that part of the world. Everywhere else is a theocracy of some sort. Not even a theocracy. Some of them, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, all of those countries, Kuwait, are kingdoms with a king. So they're no democracy at all.
I see Aaron Cates, Inspector Cates in the chat room. Hello, buddy, way up there in Canada. We know that he is Jewish, both race and religion. And I'd love to get his thoughts on this. Can we plug him in possibly? I would just love to hear what he has to say about this. And I have another question for him, or for anyone, maybe you know about this. What about all these people who I'm hearing saying, well, the people that are in Israel, they're not all real Jews. So nothing applies to them because they're all Ashkenazka.
How do you know?
Oscar Mayer and
that's my question to anybody that says that is, how do you know?
Well, they seem to be quite convinced of it, and
well, they can be all the convinced they want, but how do you prove that?
They're all fakes and frauds, and so
I know the synagogue is
nothing really
stuff out of
applies.
context.
And there is a scripture, Mike, about the sons of Satan. They're not real Jews. I wish I could remember where it is. I just read it.
I can tell you exactly where it is. It's Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. Or 9. I don't know. It's right there. Revelation 2, Revelation 3. But the problem is that particular scripture is talking to particular churches. By the way, Aaron, I sent you a link. On the Signal. Those particular churches are in Turkey. Okay, at that time, Asia Minor, and there was a particular group of converted Greek Jews. Listen to what I'm saying to you. There was a group of converted Greek Jews. These were not Jews by
not
genealogy.
Part of the tribe, just adopted the religion.
Religious Greeks who were Jews who were persecuting those two churches, who God, through his angel to John, a Jew, said, I know your church, I know who you are, and I know that you're being persecuted by the synagogue of Satan, those who are not Jews but say they are. So here's the thing. Context.
Yeah,
context.
That's good. Thank you very good.
Context.
Good. Thank you.
When they say this, and then they quote a scripture, and I'm pissing people off on Facebook right now because they'll quote the scripture. I'll go back, like that particular one, I'll go back and copy and paste the entire word to that particular church, and I'll post it, and then I'll ask two questions. Who is the author talking to? And what church, what synagogue is he referring to?
Right.
And they get mad at me. One person told me that I'm a Jew lover and I'm going to I'm going to go to hell because I believe I'm worshiping Satan because I'm worshiping the Jews. And I said to that person, you're not arguing with me because I didn't make a statement. I quoted the scripture. You're arguing with God, not me.
Dude, this is weird. I had a similar kind of reaction from a guy who I thought was a friend. I even helped him while his wife was dying. I helped him in more ways than one. And then this whole thing kind of came up. And then it was all tied in with Trump somehow in this little text thread that he was a part of. And again, remember, I know this guy. He knows me well. And I said, and my only response was, I'm guessing then in your mind, President Harris would have been a better choice. You're an idiot. You're blah, 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 blah. Just went off on me.
Yep.
Went off on me.
When you ain't got nothing to say, that's when you've lost the argument. You know you've won the argument when they do that. Okay, so I wasn't planning on sharing this, but I'm going to. This is a video. Hold on, let me change something here real quick. I gotta make it so you can't see. Some of my contacts may not want to have their name and likeness on there, so I'll make it small so you can't see it. But this is Amanda Grace, and she's talking about a prophecy she had several years ago about Tucker Carlson. And as I'm watching this, I feel like I have a revelation. I feel like God is telling me something. So let me put this on the screen. And Liz, she's talking about Tucker Carlson, okay, and let's just watch it here real quick.
He's a good example of somebody who seems to have lost their mind and their way.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. So back in March of 2023, I had a dream, and we're going to show you the dream now. When I talked about it, I released it in April, 5 days before Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News. So here's the dream now, and then we'll come back and discuss it.
A few weeks ago, the Lord gave me a very vivid dream, and it was about Tucker Carlson. And I would just encourage everybody to pray for that man right now, because there has been an assignment from the pit of hell that has gone out against him involving a seducing spirit. That's all I'm going to say, but pray for him right now, that this gets dismantled and destroyed and exposed before it accomplishes the fullness of what it really wants to do to him.
And there was a building with a large gathering of people in it. The lights were darkened. Thousands of people were there in seats, and there was a stage. And so it looked to be prayer. There was prayer basically that was going on in an area of the stage, and the audience was kind of darkened. Tucker Carlson enters, white shirt, darker blazer. What did he wear in that interview with Putin? We should put it back up. White shirt, darker blazer. What did he wear in this dream? Same thing. That's what he wore when he walked in. What you see him wearing now is what he wore. White shirt, darker blazer, except he had jeans on in the dream. So he had the white shirt and the dark blazer you see there, except he had jeans on. He looked upset. He went to approach a small group of individuals that were more towards the corner and shadowed, so I could not see who they were. Tucker then turns his back to me and stretches like this. He stretches like this, which lifts up his shirt and jacket. He had a very large mermaid tattooed and wrapped around the entire trunk of his body.
What?
At that point, I'm taken backstage where there are quite a bit of people and the lights were much brighter. Then entering backstage to my right, Greta Van Susteren enters. I still don't know why, but I think she's on Newsmax. So she has something to do with Newsmax. So she enters. She quietly slipped in and just observed and just stood there. After seeing that, I woke up. So that dream, I saw the demon that attacked Tucker Carlson in that dream. Because in the dream, when he walked in and he had the white shirt and the blazer on and the jeans, he lifted up his hands like this. And so his shirt lifted up. And I saw it. And it was green and it had scales. It was either half
human looking, half serpent, or half human looking, half fish. And it was green, and it had long hair, and it had these bony, long arms, and it had claws coming out of its hand, long claws coming out of its hand. And it was wrapped around the trunk, the side of his body, and it went up. And that's what attacked him. And I saw that back in March of 2023 in a dream that the Lord gave me. And that attack was meant to completely silence him and rip him down. And he has continued on. However, these entities have to be dealt with in certain ways, and I believe this entity is getting ready again to take another shot at Tucker Carlson. So we need to pray right now that this plan is thwarted. It is imperative right now that we pray that this plan is thwarted, because this demonic entity is, I believe, in a category of spirits known as seducing spirits.
That's important.
Highly destructive, highly sadistic. And this is what I believe. This is what it was, what attacked him. I saw it in detail around the trunk of his body, and he said this demon clawed him on its side, and that's exactly where it was in the dream. So pray for him right now that this is exposed and thwarted, because I believe these entities, and they do work in packs, are getting ready to take another shot at him. So God bless everyone.
Okay, so
is she saying that he actually said that he got scratched on the side?
There's an interview, and if I didn't plan on doing this, I would have pulled it up. There's an actual interview. You can pull it up. You can Google it and find it. It's out there. Tucker Carl's being interviewed, and he says he was attacked one night while sleeping in his cabin. He woke up and he was attacked by a demonic entity, and that he had scratches all down his sides and his back from this demonic entity. He said that. That's Tucker Carlson's own words. And you can look it up. Anybody thinks I'm making that up? It's not. It's you can find it. Tucker Carlson attacked by a demon. He said that. Okay, so she's talking about what he said, and then she had this dream about this entity. She calls it a seducing spirit. This is important because I believe that this whole Jew hatred stuff that just doesn't make any sense, this whole flip that Tucker Carlson done that doesn't make any sense, is demonic. The same thing with Candace, the same thing with Stu Peters, same thing with Alex Jones, that this seducing spirit, a lot of people say, well, seducing, well, that has to do with sex, right? No, it can seduce you into a philosophy. It seduces your mind in going down the wrong path. You see, these people that go to college and they get indoctrinated with communism, there's a demonic seducing spirit involved in that. That's why, like you said,
great point.
That's why their reaction is so off the wall. And you're like, whoa, wait a second. We were just having a debate about ideology and you just went insane. That because it is, you're not dealing with a person as much as you're dealing with a spirit. And that's what's got Tucker. That's what's got Candace. That's why I say and I've been saying it's a demonic spirit. It's a demonic seducing spirit that's seducing him down this path. And let me tell you something.
Much of the seduction quality of it comes across to their followers.
Absolutely. If you
Alex Jones, I've had questions about him from the very beginning. I used to listen to him when he was on the radio. I thought, oh, this guy's a kick. This guy's great. And a lot of fun to listen to. And then the more I listened to him, the more I realized he is doing the ultimate in fear mongering. And his whole show is trying to amp people and ramp people up and get them all upset and furious and hit the streets running, carrying your weapons. This is not good. Well, this is not good what this guy does.
The other thing is, if you
in between commercials
if you dive into this stuff, right, you start investing in, and I don't mean money, I mean spiritually, physically, mentally into this. Amanda Grace is the one who said, and I say it all the time now. I got it from her. It's confirmed. The Lord's confirmed it to me. Do not go down the rabbit holes. There's nothing but death at the bottom of it. This is what we're talking about. You start going down these rabbit holes with Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and the rest, you are opening the door and saying, come on into my life, you seducing spirit, and seduce me. This is why I have Christian friends who are God-fearing, who believe this stuff about the Jews, contrary to what the Bible says, and you cannot make a biblical argument with them. They don't want to hear it. It's because they've been seduced by an evil spirit that has got their if you ever read any Frank Peretti books, got their tentacles into their brain, playing with their mind, you know.
And that's where Jesus's admonishment of "do not cast your pearls before swine" becomes very real, because they will turn and rend your flesh. They will commit violence against you, as we're seeing. We got our friend, and just a super smart dude, but he's a Christ-hating heathen. Here he is.
That's not true. Not at all. Not at all, man. You guys got it all wrong. I love you guys.
What's up, buddy? How you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
I got to tell you, it's been so hot in Toronto, Canada. It's probably been like 110 Fahrenheit today. It's been hotter here in Miami.
Billings, Montana, 110 the last few days. Freaky stuff.
Really, for this time of year. Yeah, it's
really
man.
I know, weird. It's hot in July. I'm shocked.
Strange July. Oh
how far up?
Yeah, go ahead.
How far up Kevin Trudeau's little Katy Perry dancing video have you gone into? Have you seen that one?
Okay, I was gonna ask if I'm gonna send a message to President Trump if he could revoke Trudeau's whatever you call it, his visa or something.
Yes,
his visitor's visa.
I can't see him with Katy Perry anymore at USA football soccer games at these stadiums.
Oh my goodness! He made a little guest appearance, little cameo in one of her videos. I got it here if you want to see it. You probably already seen it.
No, I don't need to see it.
You want to see it? Of course you do. I'll bet you do want to see it. You just don't know you don't want to see it.
I don't know. It's like seeing an ex-girlfriend you just don't like anymore. You just see it. It just makes me like,
Wait. Here it is. Hold on a second. Hold on. We got to see it now. I brought it up.
Castro Jr.
Even Patriot Mike Vance is better than that. Come on.
I love the music. The music cracks me up.
I got some intel for
he's
you
50
guys today.
He's 54 years old, by the way. 54 and still acting like that. She's 41, still trying to act like she's relevant.
I'd be dancing like that too if I had $300 million in my bank that was stolen through Ukraine and everything like that. Well, actually, I wouldn't be happy.
No.
But intel for the day, guys.
Well, you know, hold on. Before you get to the intel, you said you wouldn't be happy with that kind of $300 million.
No, I would, but that's stolen. I couldn't live with myself.
Well, yeah,
guys.
but if
That's
money
me. I'm
can't
not a
buy
demon.
happiness, you can always rent it.
You can
Yeah,
rent
I
that
don't know. I could give
happiness,
it away.
absolutely.
I could do some good things with it, sure, but to just steal it from my fellow Canadians and not earn it the hard way that you should, like it's wrong. He got it from COVID, a lot of contracts and a lot of sidekicks, Ukraine, this and that.
And the truck drivers who were protesting stole it from them too for the Give, Send, Go. The new Prime Minister of Canada, everybody was hoping, okay, maybe we won't be marching headlong towards communism with this new guy. How's that turned out for y'all?
It's horrible, man. We're like,
it's very bad. I'm very
if it's
concerned
a stage
about
of 1 to 10, I would say we're at 5 or 6 right now. And it's going to turn, once they pass a few bills, a few laws, that they cheated in the election for him to get in number 1. He's got so many conflicts of interest, which the RCMP and all the political and authorities, they just overlook, turn a blind eye. I can't even name like 25. He might have more conflicts of interest with business deals than Trudeau. And everything he does, the media just loves him, can never do anything wrong. He's perfect as a saint. One thing I'll give him credit, he actually comes out to soccer games and hockey games. Even though he gets booed, The guy's got so much chutzpah, even though he just wants to show his Trudeau never showed himself. Carney doesn't care. He's the guy that pulls the strings for Trudeau. He's the one that ruined England with Brexit, destroyed their economy. England is not Christian anymore that it used to be. He's doing the same here. I don't recognize my country. My country is, but I think that they're trying to go after our guns also, but Canadians are not going for that, and our police are on the citizen side. Thank God.
I hope not. Please don't go the way of Australia. Please do not.
Because we got about 8 million gun owners in Canada, are licensed. There's a lot of hunting and bears and stuff like that. So the Indians in the north also, they have rifles and stuff like that. But they're trying all their usual demonic tricks. And the intel for today is that I saw something where there was some guy, he was on Hillary Clinton's campaign with Podesta. Apparently, Carney just hired him in one of the committees for something in his party. So it's really interesting that there's a guy that has connections to the Democrat Party during this time when China's slowly creeping in, death by 1,000 cuts, taking us over, and all of a sudden now some guy that's close to Hillary Clinton and part of the deep state is going to be in his circle. It's really bizarre. Another thing, Alex Soros. He was just in Halifax today with one of a few of the Liberal MPs that are in the Carney party. So what is Alex Soros doing in Halifax, which is the East Coast? That's where we have
Alex Soros is married to Uma.
Right,
So that's George Soros Jr. for those of you on my show. That's what I call him. Alex Soros is married to Uma, who used to be the very, very, very close personal assistant of Hillary Clinton. Also used to be married to Anthony Weiner, who liked to show his wiener to minors on the internet.
Right.
So kind of give you how, and you was talking about Carney bringing in a Clintonite to
it's very strange.
What big happy
honest,
family.
That one threw me off.
Yeah. One big full circle there. So George Soros Jr., when he comes along, see, he's in charge of the George Soros Trust Fund. So when he comes along, comes a bunch of money. Most of it came through the USAID, but that's a whole nother story.
And also George and Alex were in Toronto, I think about a month and a half ago. I let you guys know that. So Obama was there too. There was a whole bunch of Democrats. So now all of a sudden we got this guy that's a Democrat going on a committee in the Canadian circle around Carney. And there's a whole bunch of shenanigans, just crazy stuff happening here, guys. Crazy stuff. Just do not forget us at the north.
I pray for you all. The half a year I got to live and work there, I fell in love with it. Not so much Canada itself. Well, Canada too is just extraordinary. Everywhere you go, it's just extraordinary, beautiful country. It was the people. It was the people who I just loved so much. I was in the Alberta area, Red Deer, little Red Deer, in between Calgary and Edmonton.
Amazing! I love that area.
I got force fed hockey, and so they kept explaining it to me until finally I went, okay, I like this game now. So now I get it.
Don't go there in the winter time, though, man. During that time,
I was there in the winter. I was there in winter and spring. Yes, I loved it,
man.
I loved it.
Asthma.
I've been there twice.
I was in Edmonton, doing some business. I came out from one of the bars, and all of a sudden it was like minus 50 degrees Celsius. Which I can't even, it was really cold. It was ridiculous.
It gets to a certain point where Celsius and Fahrenheit is the same. When it gets so extreme like that.
You couldn't even breathe. It was so cold.
It was
insane.
I was in Edmonton when it got down to that. And I have, of course, had to go outside just to see what it's like. Yeah. And they're all telling me wear something to cover you will freeze your lungs.
That's true. In that case, I'll wear a mask. So I can breathe.
Yeah.
Not for COVID.
In that case, I'll go to Miami.
Yeah, there you go.
Miami.
That's Aaron's favorite place. If he moves to the States, he's going to Miami.
It's happening, guys. It's happening somewhere. It's gonna happen.
Good. I like Florida, but I'm a Panhandle guy. Pensacola area, I love it. Hey, why Mike and I wanted to invite you in and talk, you being Jewish as you are.
It was just because I was a nice guy.
Well, you're a nice Jew, so that's why.
Thank you.
You're a reasonable Jew who we can actually have honest conversations with. Yeah. And I keep having people
We love
telling me the people in Israel are not real Jews. There are no more real Jews. They're all gone. Jesus, when he comes back, is going to bring all the real Jewish people with him and
Okay, now,
because they don't
right.
read the Bible.
As
But
you
go
know,
ahead.
Mike once said, did they do DNA tests? Did they do a DNA test for
Yeah,
every
how do you
single
know?
Jew? Like, how do I know that you guys are American? Maybe you're Canadian. Maybe you were born in Montreal.
I'm not. Well,
how do we know? You know?
actually,
I do love maple syrup.
Oh
I might
yeah,
have
we
a
make it.
grandfather
I'll give
that
you
was
that.
Canadian.
Yeah. You never
Your
know.
grandfather's Canadian? Okay, well, that makes you part.
Okay, so there you go. You know what? My grandfather was American. He gave up his citizenship, which I wish he didn't. It would have made my life so much easier. But he was born in Ukraine, came to New York when he was 2 years old, lived there many years, and he moved to Toronto.
So what is
many
this
years
whole
ago.
thing about the people in Israel are not real Jews? They're not of the Jewish lineage. They have no connection to the original 12
Who's
tribes.
the people that are saying that?
It doesn't matter. The fact
It
that they're
does matter.
saying it.
Well,
It kind of does matter.
Yeah,
kinda
let's
does
just talk
matter.
about it for a second. Who's the people that are saying it? Stu
Okay.
Peters, Candace Owen, Tucker Carlson, and all
Right.
of their
And
ilk.
well, the people I'm talking who are talking to me, you know, I don't hang with Stu. But
I used to talk to him like late
Aaron
at night.
used to be
Actually,
Stu's
He used
best
to be
friend until he found out he was a Jew.
No, he knew I was Jewish for a long time. He knew I was
Is that
Jewish for a
true?
long time.
That's
Yeah,
true.
He
That's
stopped being my
absolutely
friend because I'm Jewish. It's the first time ever happened to me. I've never experienced anti-Semitism like that before. Especially after how many shows I hooked him up.
I was a big fan when I first got Stu, when people started telling me you should watch this
Yeah, he was
podcast,
great.
that podcast. I thought he was fantastic, and he was really attacking the whole COVID thing and telling truth. And his
Do you remember Dr. Zelenko? Dr. Zelenko offered him his private jet so he could fly around during COVID, so nobody would, put a hit on him or something like that. Then Dr. Zelenko passed away. Even Stu Peters put a live video of his funeral for Dr. Zelenko. He's Jewish. He's more religious than I am. And so he's had Jews in his circle that have helped him with his show. I have a friend who also was in podcasts, and he also became, I did his mortgage and everything like that. He became sort of anti-Israel also. And he can say all these different
Why?
things.
What's going on? What is happening?
Money talks, guys. Money talks. That's what's going on. There's a $2 trillion that has been put out by Qatar and some others, maybe IRGC also, to spread propaganda. I mean, look at Antifa. Look at what's going on in the streets. You see all these Gazanian flags. Where did they come from? They put all that money into the universities. They already had it set up. So you think President Trump's mad? The reason why
on your university point, Saudi Arabia has put trillions and trillions into university endowments.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia has.
There's also a lot more of them. If you go by the stats, there's 2 billion Islamists who believe in Islam, and there's about 16 million Jews in the world combined. So they have the bots, and they have the advantage in that per se. There's also 55 Muslim countries and one Jewish country. So it's just they always seem to have the advantage, but the advantage
I don't
we
want
have
to interrupt.
God on our side. We have the Almighty
that's
on
right.
our side.
Israel fights +1.
Yes,
but
correct.
that 55 country Jewish, does that count France and England? Because
so that'd be 57 actually.
That's what I'm saying.
57. Oh, it's a disaster. We can laugh.
I'm just
but
having a
I've
hard
seen
time
the videos.
understanding it. I'm having a hard time understanding it, Aaron.
Let's talk.
I'm having a hard time understanding why all these people are so quick to jump right in and start bashing on Israel and Jewish people and blaming them for everything when there was no indication that that's how what they believed and what they
and they
thought
don't
before.
ever bring up October 7th ever. A war.
Yeah, I know they freak.
And they forget about it, right?
If they were that way, they were in the closet. They were closet Jew haters because I never knew. I never knew. So you think they were always of that mindset?
Yeah, it's been like that since the World War II. There's always been anti-Semitism in the world. In the Torah, God always says that we need anti-Semitism to keep us going. It reminds us of who we are. Anti-Semitism can also be a good thing for Jews to wake up, so we can be together. And there's some of us who Moses warned us so many times: do not idol worship. Try to stick to my laws. Try to eat kosher. Try to do some of the Jewish laws. Don't kill, don't murder, don't steal, stuff like that. We have 613 laws that we're supposed to abide by, and many of them, just like I was saying, when Moses told everybody to come out of Egypt, only 20% of the Jewish population, the Israelites, actually made it out of Egypt. And from the population, only 10% actually ended up making it to the promised land. Many of them didn't want to leave. They didn't know about freedom. They had it good. They got
No,
their meals.
you're right. They've been in
They had
captivity
their
for so
meals.
long, and at least
I
they
understand
even
that,
though they
yeah.
have no freedom, they were taken care of. They were
Yeah.
taken care of at least with meals and so on. They were
Yeah.
fed. They were whipped
Yeah.
while they were eating, but at least they were eating. You're right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What a fine example of socialism in
Oh,
its
yeah,
truest
yeah.
form, right there.
Well, here's the part where, because the psyop is so strong. I think the psyop that's going on with when they say genocide and when they say other things like that is stronger than COVID, in my opinion. And I'll tell you why. Because there was a point, probably the first Iran war, where I actually had questioned my own people. And did the IDF really do that? Babies? They're saying this, that. And there was so much AI and there was so much podcasters that all of a sudden turned. It had me questioning my own people. And you know where I got my head straight? I was listening to an Iranian podcast. My friend Mike, she's very famous. Goldie Gamari, remember my friend, the Persian girl?
Yes.
So yeah. So
yes.
she's
I've played
all
some of
over
her videos.
Newsmax. Yes. So she's a friend of mine. She follows me. She was talking one day, and there was all of a sudden I'm hearing how much all the people, the Iranians, the Persians that are there, I hear them call in to their show. They love Israel. They have names, beautiful names for Bibi June. They call them like really amazing names. They were saying so many beautiful things about our history. And she says, we once also had a Jewish princess or a Jewish queen. And you know what her name was? Esther.
Yep.
So when she said that, I knew right away, you know what? This whole thing is a psyop. My people don't do that. We don't slaughter people. We throw leaflets before we even come and bomb your place, knowing that
You
there's
do.
terrorists
They
there.
absolutely do. And it's not it's not the Israelis' fault that these creepy Muslim freaks are propping their children up and taping them to walls
Yeah.
around and putting their military crap in hospitals and schools.
It's urban warfare. It's
on
urban warfare.
purpose.
It's happened in Vietnam with the Viet Cong. They used to do that, and then they'd burn everything down. There's a lot of stuff. It's urban warfare. It's something that has been happening for thousands of years. Romans, everyone used to do that. Hide behind. That's not something that we do as Jewish people. We don't hide behind children. We go out and we fight, and we know that God's on our side. That's how we go into battle. And you'll see the Israeli soldiers. They'll do all their prayers before they go into battle. They all get together. They do their prayers. They do their studying. You'll see them put on what's called tefillin with a little headpiece. I do that every day.
I had a great discussion with more than one soldier when I was over there for 10 days.
Awesome, man.
Guarding different things. I'd go up to them and just start talking to them. And they're so smart. And they were so just very respectful, but great manners. And I was so impressed with them. And everybody over there serves for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, you have to as soon as you turn 18. But do you know that they're Persians, the Iranians? If you ask them, you see the videos, they're all celebrating when Israel was bombing. They're all on the rooftops having hookah and smoking marijuana and cigars and dancing. No, you know why? They know that Israel is precise. They know that the Mossad and whoever is they're targeting, they're not going after the Persian people. We're not looking to hurt the Persian people. We want peace. We want freedom. And Iran is the head of the snake. And it's been like that for 47 years. The United States has done nothing about it till now. If recently I just saw something where they were planning an attack on Europe. They have ballistic missiles that'll hit Europe and drones.
Oh, yeah.
And they were weeks away from doing this targeting. Weeks away, I heard something. So
they are now officially getting the crap kicked out of them once and for all.
Donald Trump has had enough.
I love what President Trump just said about it when they were asking him about negotiations. Are you going to negotiate? And he finally said what I've been begging him to say.
Right.
They've been negotiating for 47 years. I'm
can't
done.
Have peace with these people.
No more negotiations.
Well, and anybody wants to argue against that argument that Aaron just said, you cannot have peace with these people. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Persian people in Iran. I'm talking about the IRCG, the Twelvers that believe that when the earth is bathed in the blood of the infidel and the Jew, their 12th Imam Messiah will come up out of a well, and that'll be the end times. They believe this.
Yeah.
So you can't negotiate with them. And
they're pedophile
and
freak
Donald
that
Trump
they worship as their Messiah. Muhammad wrote that in the Quran. It was not divinely inspired. It was inspired, but not by God.
And they're allowed to lie. They're allowed to lie in order to advance
their
oh
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
exactly it. Yeah,
and
they
Trump.
took that
Now,
from Judaism.
let me finish this thought here real quick. So Trump has done everything he can to give Iran IRCG the opportunity to do the right thing. He has extended to the point that even his own side was like, would you stop negotiating with these people?
Yeah.
But Donald Trump, there's nobody
I was one of them.
is that is honest with themselves.
I'm writing
can say that
Trump
Donald Trump didn't do everything he could to bring peace without bombing the snot out of these people. And Donald Trump has said, all right, fine. You want it, you're going to get it. Here it comes.
Well, here you were talking about the theories about how the Jews are doing this and that, and how we're in Lebanon and we're trying to like kick the Hezbollah out and this and that. And so many people say, oh yeah, the Jews want to take over. Da, da, da. Well, if we wanted to take over, why do we have peace with Egypt? Why do we have peace with Jordan? A lasting peace. I'm talking about a serious, no wars, nothing since we've done it. We got the
You used to have a great
Abraham Accords.
relationship with Lebanon too, until the
Lebanon,
Islam went in and took it over, killed all the Christians.
Before they started this last conflict with Hezbollah in Lebanon, it was in the news. It was on CNN and MSNBC and everywhere else that Israel and the government of Lebanon were in peace talks. The government, the elected government of Lebanon were in peace talks. What's going on in Lebanon? The government of Lebanon came out a couple of weeks ago and said, no, we're cool. We want them to do this. We want them to beat. We're one of the PM, one of the prime, not the prime ministers, one of the ministers in Lebanon came out and said that you dirty, stinking, rotten Iranian Hezbollah, get out of our country or stay and die at the Israeli hands. We don't want you evil scumbags here. We don't want your evil Iranian money here. Get out. The government of Lebanon is working with Israel. They don't have the military power to fight Hezbollah, but Israel sure does. How do you think they're getting the information to target the people? It's Lebanon giving it to them. So all you crybabies out there, Israel starts another war, is killing babies. No, that's not what's going on. You do not understand geopolitics, and you're ignorant about what's going on right now.
But it's not. We're just not attacking because we have nothing better to do. They're sending in rockets, like thousands from Lebanon.
Yes.
And if you have a family, and you're just not going to sit there and take it on your house or your family or whatever city that you're in, you're going to do exactly what Israel's going. I know my American friends are not going to sit there and take it. That I do know. And Egypt has the biggest border, even bigger than Israel does. Have you seen Egypt's border, Mike? It's bigger. Why is that? Because
they raised their wall higher to keep out these Gaza.
They won't let the Palestinians in.
Yeah, because they tried to overthrow their government in the 1970s. They did that in Jordan in the 60s.
That's everywhere that they're accepted in. That's what they do. They have a long history
did that in Jordan in the 60s. Jordan kicked them out. They went to Lebanon. Lebanon was a Christian nation at the time.
Right.
They overthrew the government of Lebanon, made them a Muslim nation. Then the Muslims that took over kicked them out. That's how they wound up in Gaza.
Correct. So then
These
they talk
are
about the
actually
DNA,
Jordanians.
that Jews are not the DNA of the land. Yeah, there's some Russians that are coming there. I have some friends that have just moved from Canada back home. They'd rather be in Israel with war than to be in Toronto with all these Gazanians running around and the way the anti-Semitism is here. So that's what they feel way better. So think about that. And I have total respect for that. I totally understand.
There's Arabs living there. There's
there are.
there's
I
Africans living there.
Jerusalem
I
is
was
four
friends with
quarters.
Arabs in Israel. I was friends with them. I went to a Druze home. They invited a bunch of us from a tour into their house for dinner. The nicest people, so
yeah.
beautiful. We had this nice, beautiful tea they made. I remember, amazing. They invited us into their house.
They are
I
really
don't know-
nice until they're the majority, and then
No,
they're
but
not.
these Druze, they're not the Islamic type of. They're Muslim, but it's like a different type of religion. But they love
it's a totally
Israel.
different
Israel's
group.
got their back. They fight in the IDF. These Druze, they're Arab, Arab, not Muslim, but they're like they fight in the IDF. There's Muslims that fight in the IDF, and what they don't tell you is with the aid that's getting. All of a sudden, the UN admitted that Hamas wouldn't allow a lot of the aid. That just came out this week. But what they don't tell you, before October 7th, and I don't think you know this one, Charlie, 80,000 Palestinians used to go and work into Israel to feed their families. Since October 7th, those jobs are done. No more. There is no more work for them. There are no more Palestinians coming into Israel to work. Why did they come into Israel? Because Israel had jobs. Tourism is big. You can work at a falafel hut. Best falafel sandwich in Israel.
Falafel
Oh,
hut.
the food, hummus, everything tastes so much better and luscious. Tomatoes. Remember, it used to be a desert, but
The
Israel
Waffle
has the
House.
best irrigation for water and for the fields, and they have the best technologies. So when you eat like a falafel and you put tomatoes and Israeli salad,
No, I get it.
oh,
Oh,
it's so
yeah, no, you're
amazing.
right.
It's
I
so
loved
amazing.
the cuisine so
The
much when I was
shawarma,
there. I
right?
ate so
Yes.
well. I came back. I ate so much while I was there, and I came back 10 pounds lighter. And that's because the
Did a
food
lot of
is so
walking.
stinking healthy. The
It is
body is
healthy.
fully utilizing every bit of. I've never seen so many different ways to utilize yogurt in my life.
Did you
Goat
go in the Dead
yogurt
Sea? Did you
and
go in the Dead Sea?
dates were in. Yeah, I did. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
I did
nice.
exactly what they told you not to do. I opened my eyes while I was in there.
Oh no, you did not. It's
Oh,
very
burnt so
salty,
bad.
Mike. That's where we're gonna call what's it called, Sodom and Gomorrah area kind of a thing. So they have the Dead Sea where you can float in there and you can walk, but you can literally put your hands and like feet in the air, read a newspaper, and
Yeah.
just float like you've
It's
never
the
floated.
freakiest thing,
But you
Mike.
put
It's
mud
true.
on a cut. You put mud on a cut, and the mud has got so nutrients. You go in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Dead Sea and you come out, your whole whatever thing is healed, and you feel
No.
better. It's got so many nutrients.
He's
But
not
I slept.
exaggerating. He's not
Oh,
exaggerating.
it's incredible. Patriot Mike, both of you guys, when this is over and we're getting 1,000 years of peace, we're all headed there. I have two amazing friends that are tour guides. I'm taking you right to Bethlehem, which is like House of the Bread in Hebrew, Bethlehem. And you guys are going to visit the Church of the Sepulchre, and I got it all planned out for you.
I want to
guys. You
marry
just
a
have to
Jewish
get there.
woman, Aaron.
Thank
But
you.
she better
yes.
have converted. She better be
She
messianic.
will- I don't know,
Otherwise, we're
man.
unequally
I don't
yoked.
know
But
those
I love
kinds.
Jewish women. I love
Thank
them.
you. Make sure she cooks well.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Well, that's
yeah,
standard
that's a
operating
given.
procedure.
That's
Oh,
a given.
Aaron just dumped on us. Where'd he go?
We lost him. Oh,
it
shoot.
must
Well,
be the Jew hating spies that got him.
he did answer my question though about the bloodlines, and it goes, of course they're not completely all pure. Where does the word stand on that? Are only those who are completely pure in their
There we
bloodline?
go. Can you hear me?
But yeah,
Well,
we can.
the
Can you hear me?
Bible,
Yeah.
in Revelation, the
I can't hear
Bible
you for some
says.
reason.
Now here's one
You
of
have
the
to go back in
arguments.
and come out.
Here's one of the
You can hear me?
arguments. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Okay,
Oh,
I'll come
well.
out. I'll go in and come back out. I got a few more
Okay.
minutes. I'll come
The
back.
Bible talks about in Revelation that, see, this is the
No.
thing. They all say that there's no more pure Jews and all this stuff left. But their God is not as big as my God. My God's bigger than that. Because in Revelation it says that in Israel there will be 144,000 that are pure, that have been set aside for God's purposes. These will be Jews, 12,000 from each tribe, that are pure, righteous according to the law and before God, and have never touched a woman.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
most of
that's-
my
That's in
So it's going to be
Revelation.
144,000 dudes.
It's going to be 144,000 dudes. They're set aside specifically for a purpose for God in Revelation, and it's 12,000 from each tribe. So if you're telling me, if you're one of the Jew haters that are telling me there's no Jews in Israel, how does God find 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe, pure Jews who are righteous before God? How does he do that?
You want to, you know what?
Because
Yeah.
God knows. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
of
Go ahead.
course. No, he knows everything. Like to do a DNA test, you don't necessarily need to do it. You could feel it. Like when I study Torah or when I hear something, I just kind of like, like my DNA goes back to Aaron the priest, which was Moses's brother. So Aaron the priest used to be the big priest. They would say the Kohen Gadol in Hebrew, which is the big priest. He's the head of the priest. So he would lead the sacrifices in the temple. So I studied a lot of this, and I feel like that is my role. And they say that more people cried when Aaron died, Moses' brother, than when Moses did. And the reason for that is Aaron used to bring peace between man and a woman. And he really helped the Jewish people when they were going through a lot. He was very, listen. And I feel like those characters are in my trade. I try to try to shine and try to do good things, But for these people, they don't have any evidence in a court of law. How can they win a case by just saying that? They're just quoting other people. They have absolutely no idea what they're even saying.
Yeah,
well,
it seems that way to me
propaganda.
too. But it seems to be very prevalent and growing, unfortunately.
Actually, it was to a point, but I think it's peaked. I think it's sort of somewhat dying down. Like when I see Stu Peters, I'm not worried. God's taking care of Stu Peters. His numbers are down. Candace's numbers, I see all the comments. Oh, I don't trust that Candace. She looks, she has no evidence. She lost again. So many people, I see it. And I have faith in God that he's going to take care of these people, because you know what? They're bearing false testimony against Israel. And I know Israel is, go ahead.
And to add to that, I have spoken word, I believe it's from God, who says that these people who are about to find out what God meant when he said, I will curse those that curse you and bless those that bless you. So watch Candace Owens, watch Tucker Carlson, watch these people burn to the ground in their businesses, in their media, in their persona, what people think about them. Some stuff's going to come out that's going to rip them to threads. Politically, materially, all that kind of stuff.
If people are getting paid, there's financial transactions wherever they go.
There it is. Thank you so much. That is the bottom line of all of it. Qatar has a lot of cash, and they're handing big, huge tracts of lands and mansions to Tucker Carlson and etc. They are bought and paid for now at this point. I'm quite convinced of that. And that is appalling.
Pome, I was talking with the guy is right there with the stats, right? He's a stats guy. He's gonna find all the money transactions. That's why I think President Trump
I think he already has. By the way, Tucker Carlson is in jeopardy of going to jail because Donald Trump set him up back before in February. Remember when Tucker Carlson was at the White House and he came out and said that I've talked to Trump and me and him are buddies and he's not going to go to war. He's not going to go fight the Jewish war and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump told him so. This is the conspiracy theory, but it's coming from people close to the White House, certain reporters and stuff that I followed for a long time. You say Donald Trump told him some things.
Yeah.
About not attacking Iran, specific things that they've intercepted about. It's come out. Tucker Carlson said that they were spying on his phone calls. They were spying on his emails.
Yep.
It's come out that he took what Donald Trump told him in confidence in the White House and told Iran.
Yes.
During
and
a
then
time
to
of
back
war.
that up, hold on, to back that up, if you go and see what they were in Iran on the Iranian news stations, they were talking about Tucker and Candace. Why would they be talking about Tucker and Candace unless there's something that they know? Because I don't know what's on Iranian TV. You know how I found out? Through my Iranian friends that watch this stuff. I would, just like you guys. Would you guys know what's on Israeli TV right now at 3 o'clock in the morning? What they're playing?
I wouldn't even
You know,
understand it. It'd be gibberish to me.
it would be gibberish. Actually, it's gibberish to me. I probably need someone to explain it too. I need a couple. I need couple more months, and I'll be.
Come on, you got to
fluent,
get your
but-
Hebrew up, brother.
Yeah, actually, it has. It's the best it's ever been. But language is not my favorite thing. Even my French
Well,
is not so good.
I can barely speak English. You want me to speak another language? You're kidding.
Yeah,
But anyways, let me
Hebrew's a very
continue.
hard one. Yeah.
Let me continue a little bit more on that.
Uh,
The specific thing that Donald Trump told Tucker is because Donald Trump already knew that Tucker was in communication with the IRCG at a high level.
Yeah.
And he set him up. And
Yeah.
he used him. He used him to tell Iran they're not going to attack. Don't worry about it. And then they attacked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Tucker got played.
There's a lot of misdirection, if you want to call it. Even the first war last year. Remember the B-2 bombers where they were going one way and they went the other way and they got them really good. So there's a lot of misdirection. I love it. I'm still hanging in for President Trump. I think he's more of a genius. And Patriot Mike, like you always say, like it's not on our time. It's not even on President Trump's time. It's on God's time. That's it. That's it. And you know, I believe that you're right. God anointed him for this time. We needed someone who is a business planner, someone who's organized, someone who can think 10 steps ahead of the next guy. Who else? Who did we get over there? It's Bill Clinton, who's part of the deep state. We got George W., who's part of the deep state. He's not one of them. And that's why they hate him so much. You work your way backwards. It's just so obvious.
And the other thing about that, too, about his genius when it comes to this, he wrote The Art of the Deal. The Art of the Deal is a translation of the art of war into business thinking. Donald Trump is a studier of the art of war. So he played Tucker Carlson like there's no tomorrow to set up what's happening. And all of this stuff about Donald Trump trying to make a deal and all this stuff, he knew they weren't going to make a deal. It's part of the art of war. He was drawing some stuff out. He was preparing the battlefield. Part of the art of war is you never go to war until you've already won it.
Yeah.
And
there's a couple things that
that
I know. I know that Mossad, Charlie, you don't know this one, but they have a private airport there right now in Iran. So they're coming in and out pretty freely. Just to give you a heads up. And I also heard the Kurds are, remember they said they weren't armed? President Trump was really mad. I told you, Patriot Mike, I think that was just a misdirection.
The Kurds are invading the northern Iran right now.
And
Donald Trump has got the Iranian reinforcements tied down in the south because he's bombing the sun out
for
of
some pretty credible sources that we had given weapons to the Kurds who have long been chomping at the bit to get
they
back
didn't just
to the way
take off.
they've been treated.
They would not just take off. If President Trump, if they pissed that double cross, he'd be so upset. He was just casually upset. He'd be really upset if you gave all that weapon in millions. This isn't Afghanistan when Obama was there and all the drugs and everything going. No, this is real stuff. He's not giving 1.7 billion in cash. He's not losing money on weapons given to the Kurds. That was pure misdirection, in my opinion. I think the Kurds are fully armed. That's my opinion. And the Iranian citizens, some of them do have weapons too. I've been seeing some videos lately also that there's some pretty heavy armed. This conversation's awesome, guys. Really awesome.
Well, Iran, the here's what I've been saying all along, but and Aaron, you watch my show, so you know
I'm working,
mullahs,
having my bagel. Yeah.
The mullahs are going to die in their caves. They're not going to surrender. Not going to give up. They're going to die in their caves.
100%. That's my feeling.
The other thing is that the Iranian people will rise up and take their country back.
It's destiny. This is like the end of time prophecy. We don't know the prophet. Like none of us know the actual, like Daniel's prophecy, this or that. But my gut feeling tells me, like, I never knew growing up as a kid that we'd ever experience that maybe one day the Messiah will come in the times that I'm living, or maybe your Messiah, whoever's. But the thing is like all the signs are there.
Our Messiah is your Messiah,
Aaron. Yes, I firmly believe, Aaron, that when the Messiah comes, that it will fulfill both Christian and Jew.
Yeah.
That's
That it will be the
scriptural too.
same.
That's
Yeah.
that's a New Testament
it
thing,
says
Aaron.
it says
Yeah.
in Revelation.
You're getting a second chance.
It
to get
says in
right this time.
Revelation. It
I'm
says in
okay, man.
Revelation that
God's been good to
right
me.
now we're
Thanks.
living in the time of the Gentile. That God is giving grace and providence to the Gentile,
And
but
you will
the
be
time will
blessed.
come. The time
You will
will
be blessed
come.
for this, both of you.
The time will come when it goes back. Revelation is the end of the time of the Gentile and the return to the time of the Jew to come center stage, and then the
Yeah.
Messiah comes. And to you, Aaron, and I'm not going to get too deep into this right now, but to you, it will be
Yeah.
the Messiah coming. To the Christian, it'll be the Messiah returning, but it's going
Right.
to be the same, the Son of God. And
Yeah.
so that is when the time of the Gentile is over, according to Revelation, and the
Yeah.
time of the Jew returns. Israel, the people, will turn. It says in Jeremiah. It says in Ezekiel. It says in the other one, Isaiah, and it says in Revelation that in the end times, the people of Israel will turn in mass.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about just the religious ones,
Yeah.
but the atheist ones and the
it's
lefty
happening
ones
now.
will
But
turn
Mike, it's
in
happening
mass back to God.
It's happening now, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you. The signs are there. I'm a patterns guy. I've always said that, numbers, patterns. Even my rabbi sometimes ask me for gematria and the Torah, and things pop in my head, and then they're like, "Wow, that was awesome. I really like what you had to say on that." So I've always been like on patterns. And if you look at 1948, go take a look at the satellite imagery. Israel was all desert before the Jews started returning. As soon as the Jews started returning,
That's
look right
fulfillment of
now, the
prophecy.
irrigation, that's a fulfillment of prophecy when they shall return to the land. And you know, the economy in Israel, the real estate market's booming. Right? I don't want to say booming. That's not the best. Like we're during a wartime.
Poor choice of words.
Yeah, really bad choice of words. I just I caught myself there, guys. But I want to say, like the economy's soaring. Let's say it really
That
is.
by the way, Inspector Cates. He's our friend, Aaron Cates, up there in Canada. And I like what you've done with your new studio lighting. It's very effective.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I'm just sitting here in the car. I was at a barbecue and I came
Thank
out.
you. What the heck?
Yeah, you know, everyone. But
You turned it back off again.
Well, he doesn't want to turn his lights on. He's in commie
No,
Toronto.
the mosquitoes, guys. The mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are
point.
like so thick today. Remember, I said it was so hot. I turned the light on. Mosquitoes are going to be everywhere here. So
Mosquitoes. Oh, you got the windows
Oh,
down.
it's
Oh,
Canada,
goodness.
man.
Mosquitoes, communists, they're both bloodsuckers. What difference does it make?
They get you from all angles up here.
And if they're from Bill Gates, they're genetically modified mosquitoes.
Oh,
You
get all
got that
kinds.
going for you.
Yeah.
If you
DEI
start having any kind of
mosquitoes.
adverse reaction to eating beef, you'll know that you got bitten by one of those, the flying
Mosquitoes up
syringes.
here, like the gay frogs.
Do you think that's a real deal, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How about the ticks? I'm buying the ticks thing.
I think the
'cause
ticks are modified also.
I don't know about that either, because like ticks have always been around. Ticks don't bother me nearly as much
Not
as
dropping
chiggers.
from the sky in giant boxes.
I'm telling you, ticks don't bother me as much as chiggers. Chiggers in Missouri are like, they're the worst. So
I didn't know you had chiggers in Missouri. Forget
Oh, yeah.
it. I'm not going to come visit. Forget it. I hate this thing.
Yeah. I
This
was
thing
gonna come
sucks.
for a football game. I just changed my mind. I don't know.
They make
Yeah,
a spray.
there you go.
Fine. It'll be all right. Chiggers suck. though. They're
Thank
bad.
you, buddy. Thank you for joining us. And
Okay,
where do we follow Inspector Cates? How do we find you online?
Inspector Caddis, you'll find me on X. I do a lot of tweeting. I have awesome intel that I post some really good stuff.
I have no idea what you just said. You rambled through that. Nobody can write that down. Say it again a little more slowly.
Inspector Caddis on X.
Inspector what?
Caddis.
What is that? How do you spell that?
Ttis. I have to go with like a different alias because I live in communist Canada. Capiche?
Let me also say this, that from time to time he does a show right here on the Patriot Mike Show Broadcasting Network.
I'm on Patriot Mike Show. I'll be doing it. I got a guy. I'll just give you like an intro. Who's
Mike, I'll be right back.
Former
You got it? I'll be right back.
Iranian political prisoner. So I want to get him on the show, and I'm kind of waiting for things. It's going to be crazy, but he's really busy and he does a lot of stuff here. So I'm trying to see in the next couple of weeks if we can get him on. That would be the next show with what's his name, Mr. Derek Noonan, my other Canadian patriot. He was in Washington, by the way, for the 250. Derek, he's got some awesome videos.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
saw you
incredible
post some of
stuff
that stuff.
he did.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me? Hello, hello.
Oh, I
hello.
can't hear you. I don't. Did he shut the thing?
I don't know. I'm still here. I'm still
I
here.
can't hear you.
Well, I'm gonna take up the show then, since you can't hear
Well,
me. I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on. Keeping on. I'm gonna switch.
Can't.
I don't know. Tell you.
No.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch topics because I want to talk about.
Is it you?
I do want to get Charlie in on this though.
I'll come back in. Maybe he shut something off. I don't know.
Okay. So while they're lollygagging, I'm going to go to a couple different deals that I wanted to talk about. For example, the revival is happening. Revival is definitely happening. He's bouncing back on here. Let me see if I can't get him to add to the stage. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, good ahead.
Well, it's all your fault. So anyways,
so
revival is happening here in the United States, and I've got evidence to prove it. And you're not going to believe it. It's Target. Target is proving that revival is happening. So let me add this. I got too many buttons on my new system. I don't know what's going on. Come on. Here we go. So let me add this to the stage. Watch this. This is happening at Target right now. This is how we know that revival is happening.
Penny is, but clearly they have done got saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost with the evidence of speaking in tongues. I mean, I want you to look at this right here. I mean, this one will be perfect for the Free Pentecostal Bible Youth Camp. This one right here is for the newly saved. We got the split up the front, but you're trying. You got the long khaki ones here, honey. The long denim, honey. This one is given, I want to be holy, but still cute. This one right here is given, I'm going on a cruise to the Bahamas, but I still got to be modest. Honey, if you put a shirt under this one right here, this whole Bible study. This skirt right here is for choir practice. This right here is the graphic tee to put with that blue skirt I showed you earlier when you go on your family vacation to Gatlinburg. This dress is given the last morning of the Pentecostal Fire Youth Conference. Just more denim and khaki skirts in the skinny people section. Clearly, revival has done broke out. J.C. Penney really done said, honey, we are living holiness. Praise God.
So J.C. Penney has gone from all the queer gear to all the Pentecostal long denim dresses, and next thing they'll have bonnets and stuff. So revival is happening. And Mike, thank you for that in the chat room. He put a $50 tip into the tip jar.
Oh, awesome,
that.
man.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
He's
it
so
much.
kind.
Buddy.
I always see him.
We haven't had anybody do that yet. We don't even know how to collect it. So thank you.
Yeah.
This will be a good way for us to have to learn now.
I feel like I'm in the shadow government here. Look, I'm like in the shadows here.
You're definitely in the shadows.
I was thinking you're trying to do your Wano Savins.
You're doing your Wano Savin impression. That's it.
Yeah. You don't want to see my feet, man.
Okay, I've got
those cowboy boots. Yeah.
I got another funny one that I want to share with y'all, and then we'll go into some serious stuff.
I'm gonna check, guys, because they're calling.
We're gonna say goodbye to Aaron.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, Aaron.
We'll do this again soon. It was very fun. It was a great time.
Good,
right,
good.
guys.
Thanks for your input, buddy. We appreciate it.
Pleasure. Have a blessed
I love
night.
to have these kind of discussions with somebody who can actually. I had this kind of discussion with a Jewish friend of mine down in the San Diego area when I was down there for the California GOP convention, the Republican convention.
Yeah,
I was there, and I'm having these kind of discussions. I won't even say her name, but she just kept freaking out. Everything I tried to bring up, everything I tried to talk with her over, and she's definitely Jewish, and she'll, know how to tell somebody who's really Jewish? Give them 5 minutes, they'll tell you. It's kind of like a Marine, a former Marine. Give them 5 minutes.
But there's also like when you study the Bible, you study the Torah. There's ways that you should rebuke people. if she was studying more, or she maybe listened to a few more classes or have with a rabbi, she would know there's certain types of people you can rebuke, and you shouldn't yell at people when you're rebuking. You
She
should be
got
able to
really
have a
upset.
conversation, unless
All
they're
I was
liberals,
ask-
of course. Then you can
All I
yell.
was asking was why Israel is a very wealthy country now. Why do we keep giving them so much
It's not as much
money?
as you think. In fact,
But I'm not going
Israel
to
wants
work.
to be self-sustaining when it comes to. They don't want to take any more loans or money.
But see, I have that attitude about any country that we are sending money
Israel
to.
doesn't want to depend on United States as much as you think. It's always good to have friends, and the U.S. should have friends. You shouldn't burn bridges.
I agree.
Especially with your good friends that you can
And
trust.
all the other countries that
Yeah.
were given so many millions and billions to, they sit there with their hand out.
England and France are not so friendly.
And then they
England is
turn
behind
around and
the-
say,
yeah.
death to America. But
We're only 40 trillion in debt. What difference does it make?
And most
But
of
I
it's
kept-
money laundering. Almost
I kept
like
trying to
90%
ask
of it.
her,
All money
why?
laundering.
What are we getting for our? What's our ROI? on
Israel
all
gives
this
you
money?
something back, though. The Iron Dome, they give you different weapons, technology, the water, irrigation. They were just in Venezuela helping the fellow Venezuelans who originally were taught to hate the Jews, but they were there helping out the Venezuelans in the earthquake just the last. They're still there now. I know there's, because they're very good with architecture and all kinds of stuff like that.
I
So,
do know that we get a lot of research and development back.
Yes,
And
that is
another
true.
really great thing that Israel does for us, if there's some prisoners that we want interrogated the right way and the effective way, and we want to wash our hands of
Yeah,
it,
you don't want to. Yeah.
we hand them
Sure,
over to
why
you
not?
guys.
Why not? Yeah. They're
You know,
pretty good.
the funny thing is about that is
Yeah.
a lot of times we don't have to send them. We don't have to send them to the Mossad to be interrogated.
Just threaten to.
Just tell them your
Yeah.
next step is them.
Yeah. Because we'll make a real genocide. You know, that's what we'll do. We'll genocide.
Oh, I'm sorry, you won't give us our information as to where you're going to be murdering thousands of people next. Hold on a second. Hello, Mossad.
Don't worry. We won't even have to go through that. We'll just give him a free pager.
Give a free pager. That was brilliant, by the way.
Brilliant.
Oh my
I
goodness.
Brilliant.
still can't get over that one. That was. Really
I know
good.
it. That was
There's some good
absolutely
stuff.
brilliant. All right,
Very good
partner.
stuff.
We'll talk to you later, man.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys. Blessings to everybody. Have a
You
blessed
bet.
night.
Right
Thank
back
you.
at you.
Okay, take care.
But I love that because I don't know how to get him off screen, Mike. You got to do that. I love being able to have discussions like that with somebody who's not just going to freak out over it. But I think a lot of it is because both sides are being told only their side. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
somebody comes
for
along
sure.
and goes, well, wait a minute. How about this? And how about that? And can we balance this out a little bit? Can we maybe consider that we might be need to think about doing something differently or a different way? No. React like a little chihuahua. Just freak
Yeah.
out.
Absolutely. Hey,
But,
here's something for you. Here's something
Good.
for you. Check this one out. Let me add this to the screen. Right there, it says bacon fact: people who eat bacon are less likely to blow themselves up.
Yeah, great point.
I just wanted to put that on the screen and talk about that for a second. But I do want to switch. I do want to switch topics a little bit though, because I want to talk
Thank you,
about
Jay Boland. Thank you, Jay Boland, for another interrogation technique suggestion. I think that's brilliant.
Tuscular battery recharger. That'll do it. That'll do it every time. So so Donald Trump announced that he's going to do some special deal at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Speculation was all over the roof. It has been absolutely confirmed that what I'm about to show you is true. Donald Trump confirmed it in an interview or in a press conference about 3 hours ago. So it is. This is true. What I'm about to show you. So let me add this to the stage. It says, boom, President Trump set to declare both Georgia Democrat senators illegitimate over massive election fraud. Ossoff and Warnock seats are on thin ice. This drops right after raids hit Georgia election offices hard. The walls are closing in. Time to expose all and drain the swamp. LFG, if you know what that means. So basically,
I don't.
Donald,
What does that mean?
LF
What's LFG?
let's effing go.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yes. I gotta. Which button am I pushing here? Which mouse am
I
I?
got you.
There.
I fixed
there-
it. You
All
got
right.
it.
Yeah. So here is more on that. Seth Keisel, who's been at the forefront since 21, in election integrity and fighting to get the message out. And he's a statistics guy. He shows the statistic anomalies that are impossible. And so the news, Washington Reporter says, and this was earlier today, had not been confirmed by Trump or anybody in the Trump administration. The Washington Reporter saying the same thing. Seth Keisel says, I'm not sure if this is the plan or not, but I know that Georgia had 634% increase in mail-in ballots between 2026 and 2016 and 2020, enough to keep Purdue and Lawfer under 50% on 11/3/2020 and force a runoff on 1/5/21, which these two creeps won. Talking about Ossoff and Warnock. I affectionately call Warlock because he is one. Just saying. And then so the further this on down the road a little bit, Eric Daugherty reports the same thing again. So this is breaking news. This is a big deal. Everybody says nothing's happening. Well, this is happening. Okay.
Oh, I know. I love that when I hear people say that.
So it says, holy crap,
Jeez.
President Trump set to announce that Democrat Senator John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock of Georgia were illegitimately elected due to massive fraud following FBI investigation in Fulton County, Georgia. Okay, so that's all happening while we're discussing this, which is just freaking hilarious. And I don't have the right deal. Do I have it? I was going to do something, but I do have it. Yeah, I do have it. Okay, cool. So I got one more that I want to show you. Let me put this off. Let me put this off the screen here. I'm getting better at figuring out how to use this new system. This is not just being reported. By the way, I'm going to skip that right now for time's sake, because Donald Trump has come out and said that this is what he's going to talk about is election integrity. Your dog's got the control. So here's another one. Seth Keisel says all hell is going to break loose with the president's address Thursday on election interference. It will compel action and make the pressure to pass the Save American Act overwhelming and will mandate change at the highest levels. Now, one of the thing about the Save Act, which I've been contending, I felt like God saying that it's not going to pass. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But they just failed to pass the Save Act because it takes a 60 vote margin to pass it because of the filibuster. They just failed to pass the Save Act because but it passed by 50%. I mean, it failed. They got 50 votes. They got 50 votes for the Save Act. Now, Mike Lee and some of the other senators.
All they have to do is blow up the filibuster, and we got enough to make that happen.
But they won't do it because they won't do it. And so here
Why not?
here is one of the best things that I've seen all day. So so we know that Trump, my balance is off on this thing. It keeps spinning on me. We know that Trump has cleared house of the EAC commission, which is the Federal Election Commission. He's cleaned house on that. He's fired everybody just about, and he's replacing it with his own people. And people are calling for Seth Keisel, to which he responded, which is, I just think is great. I played this on my show, and I just think this is fantastic. He says, thanks for the support for me becoming an EAC commissioner. But did you know you have to be confirmed by the Senate? And so this is a fictitious if he was in a Senate confirmation, and it was something like this. Senator X would say, Mr. Keisel, what do you mean when you use the phrase electile dysfunction to describe modern elections? And he says, well, Senator, this is great. Well, Senator, it's when you have difficulty maintaining an election. an election lasting longer than 4 days, a sudden and severe and noticeable loss of interest in voting, government goes soft on corruption, and finally, in the worst cases, premature inauguration.
Premature inauguration.
Now, wait, here you go. Here's the song.
Into inciting an insurrection, which he did.
It said he participated in an erection. And I have to, in insurrection, sorry.
If they believe Donald John Trump incited the erection.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection. And maybe that too.
Who has been impeached for inciting the erection, inciting the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. We understand that the former
insurrection, and I have to say, I got up at 5 this morning to do Casey Hunt's show, and I'm exhausted. So,
Yeah, you can talk about that too, I guess.
Maybe we should talk about that too. The president incited an insurrection. Maybe we should talk about the fact that the former president was...
Let's get it on.
Idiots.
Oh, when he said that, that's the song that came to my mind. That's for way back, right after the insurrection erection, which I still use the phrase, where everybody, it wasn't just them, it was like everybody in media, everybody in politics kept accidentally saying erection instead of insurrection. It was like a Freudian thing or something. I think it was God. I really do think it was God.
I'm telling you, it's like the devil's mind hive. They're the Borg. It's the Borg. They're all taking their marching orders from some kind of hive.
Well, I don't think that was the case here. I think that they just couldn't help but say the word. I think that there's something else coming. At some point, we'll know what God was talking about when he was making all them people say erection instead of insurrection. Everybody was doing it. So, Election Interference Emergency Act. Don't need an insurrection act. Either works. Yeah, you're right. I think that may be coming. Here's another one. This is I can't think of his name now off the top of my head. Tom Fitton. Ain't Fitton. It's Tom Fitton. Here is Tom Fitton talking about more stuff coming from the Russia stuff. This is new. This is brand new. We've heard a lot of stuff that we already knew. Okay, nobody's known this.
I want to hear it.
Me too. It's not making any noise. Why isn't it making any? Oh, because I muted it. That's why it's not making no noise. Because when I put that thing on, it was kind of echoing, so I muted it. Let's try it again. How about that? So got to be smarter than the piece of machinery you're operating.
So good. It's working well.
Yeah.
This isn't the only thing we've pursued in terms of the abuse of Michael Caputo. As I said, he's a close friend of President Trump. He was also working on the Trump campaign. And the record shows that the Biden administration didn't just issue a warrant, the secret warrant that we now know about after Trump won, but that they were spying on him prior to Trump winning while he was working on the campaign. So again, this is what happened. The Biden administration, the deep state, the Obama gang, et cetera, were spying on President Trump's campaign a second time. They did it the first time he was elected, and they did it again in 2024. And I suspect they were doing it all through the 2020 campaign as well.
So the Biden administration was also spying on the Trump campaign in the 2024 election, not just in the 2020 election, not just in the 2016 election, which they were spying on the Trump. That's where all the Russia stuff came from. That's where all the PP tapes came from and all that stuff. But they did it again in 2024, and they have the evidence.
They're so arrogant. They really have for decades now. They've had their way with the media. Media is never going to report on anything unless they tell them to. And they're safe. They've felt safe in their little cave, their little spiderweb cave. That's what I was hoping when everybody's talking about this whole special speech, or it's not a State of the Union thing, but it's unscheduled, announcing that he's going to speak to the nation this coming Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I was hoping that it was going to be one of the other things I keep hearing about from my conspiracy friends on the right, that this is going to be the unleashing of the shackles being put on the Fed, and that we're changing currency, and it's everybody's going to be getting this universal wealth income thing or something
Not
like that.
happening.
That's what they're saying, though. I had
It's
another
not-
friend
I mean-
send me a video today. Some guy
They're-
from
they're-
Canada who's
they're
now
saying
living in
that's
the
what-
Philippines, calls himself Big Daddy. And then he goes, "Oh, this is ready. I hope you're ready. This is it. And the emergency broadcast system is going to go off, and we're all going to be on lockdown for many, many days," and so on and so forth.
Well, here, let me just show you. That's not what this is about. I'll show you. I'll prove it to
Okay.
you.
All right.
Lower yet.
Around the world and around the nation are anticipating your big announcement on Thursday night regarding election machines and integrity. Can you give us sort of a sneak peek about what to expect? And tell
Well, I'd
them-
rather save it. It will concern that subject, and we'll have a couple of other things to say also. But I'd rather save it, but it's really big news. It's really, really big news. And our country has to shape up. But that's what we're going to be talking about Thursday is it doesn't get bigger, because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. We'll be discussing other things too, but it's going to be a very big announcement. Yeah.
There's President Trump. A question
is.
that was asked, maybe you couldn't hear it. The question was asked. They're saying that you're going to do election integrity and the stuff coming out of Georgia, and he says, "I don't want to give it away, but yes, we're going to talk about that."
But yeah,
It's
that's
really
it.
big news. I mean,
Well, I don't want to give you any heads up, but yeah, that's it. Pretty much exactly.
right. So, yeah, all you conspiracy theorists, and I talked about this on my show as this was breaking earlier. I was talking about it on my show. Are you eating them pumpkin seeds? Are you? That what you're showing off? So I pointed out that there was Trump said he was going to make a big old announcement, and everybody in the Patriot mythology world was out there going, "This is it. Here it comes. We're gonna have the EBS is gonna happen. It's the quantum financial system. Here can the Sarah woo! It's gonna happen." And he comes out and announces his Trump accounts, and they're like, "Oh,
I know."
And then
remember
at the beginning of the year, all of a sudden, the White House posted aliens.gov. And this is it, the disclosure of the aliens. Here it comes. Woo! We're going to get all the alien news. And then it goes live, and it's a website, interactive website where you can track all the illegal aliens that are being deported. And oh, darn it. So I was kind of like, okay, guys, let's not get too excited. But you got Donald Trump himself saying this is an election integrity. This is the big one, folks.
I love how he's playing people. That just makes me so happy. I love it so much.
So
I really do.
I saw that. I was pretty convinced at that point. So yeah, that's fun.
And at what point do you cry wolf, Big Daddy? Before people finally start, when it doesn't happen again and again and again, and people finally start going, I'm not listening to you anymore, and I'm not believing what you're saying anymore. I mean, that's how we're supposed to treat anyone who claims to be a prophet. When they get one thing wrong, don't listen to anything else they say. The word teaches us that, because it didn't come from God, so you just can't trust any of it. I take that very seriously. I believe that.
Jeremiah
and all these people are doing this doom and gloom, the black pills and all this kind of stuff that I just keep having all my friends send me. And I love them. I care for them. But stop. Please stop.
Yeah. And I get it too. And I understand. And I push back on it on my show quite a bit. Makes people mad at me. Doesn't help grow my audience. In fact, it chases people away. And that's fine.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. And I know that if we just ran headlong right into it and started embracing it and started vomiting that crap out, we'd see a tremendous rise in the people who watch our shows. I'm quite convinced of that, because I'm watching a whole bunch of other people around me doing it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But it is far more. I am.
Well, what do you think's going to
Dennis
happen?
Prager always said brilliantly, the majority of people would rather be part of a crowd than actually be right.
What do you
I don't
think
want
is
to
going
be
to
in that
happen
crowd.
to people like me and you who've stood fast in our convictions and what we believe, and God does what God does, and all this stuff flips around, everything all at once. And I think we're getting real close to the everything all at once. And we find out that all these patriot mythology pushers were sellouts or idiots, one or the other. And none of that's true. And what we were saying was true. What do you think is going to happen? I'm just saying. Speaking of idiots and sellouts, I got old Tucker Carlson here. Listen to this.
Good. Here we go.
Listen to this.
I think you have a lot of good insight with Trump because you used to talk to him a lot.
I love these guys.
Lobbying our presidents for decades to attack Iran.
They're sellouts.
Why do you think Trump fell for that and caved?
Did you hear what he said?
I wish I knew. That's the question. I mean, Trump is weak.
Insight with Trump because you used to talk to him a lot. Israel has been lobbying our presidents for decades to attack Iran. Why do you?
So the premise of the question, the setup of the question is that Israel got Donald Trump to attack Iran and Israel's controlling Iran. That's the premise of the question. That's where we're going with this.
Got it.
I think Trump fell for that and caved.
Oh, man, I wish I knew. That's the question. I mean, Trump is weak, obviously. I mean, I've always known that. He seeks the approval of others. He attacks the New York Times, but then reads every mention of himself in the New York Times. That's a sign of insecurity and weakness. And clearly he is insecure and weak. And he's lots of other things too that are good. Mm-hmm. I mean, Trump is a complicated person.
Right.
And there's a lot about Trump that I really like still. But I knew that he was weak. Everyone who knows him and watches him carefully knew that. Was it just that? I don't know. I mean, Trump went into this knowing, and I know that he knew it because I talked to him about it, that if this went wrong, it would destroy his administration, his legacy, this country. Like, he knew the stakes really, really well. Mm-hmm. And he did it anyway. Again, and I don't think there were many advisors around him in the White House who were pushing hard for this. Marco Rubio wanted it, I think, but he wasn't standing on a desk screaming at Trump to do it. Mm-hmm. The people who were pushing him were the Israelis and their agents in this country, Mark Thiessen and Mark Levin and Rupert Murdoch and all the people who carry water for the Israeli government. And Trump listened to them, not his own vice president. Or his own family. I don't understand it. And I felt from the first days that there was something else going on that I couldn't prove, but there was some weird behavior that Joe Kent, the former counterterrorism head, has talked about in public about the Butler shooting and the lack of an investigation and the lack of transparency into what the investigation found. That makes you wonder, is there a connection between that and Trump's very strange decision to wreck his country on behalf of Israel? Like, why would you ever do something like that? Mm-hmm. But he did. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm a conspiracy nut, but I mean, I was pretty close to all the stuff as it was happening, and I thought it was weird then, and I think it's even weirder now.
So Donald Trump is wrecking his own country by attacking Iran.
Has anyone showed Tucker and the Hodge twins? I'm disappointed they weren't pushing back. Of course, I haven't seen the whole show.
They started the premise off as Israel is controlling Trump. That was their premise.
Well, that's disappointing because I've liked them for a long time. And I love that they are writing children's books and so on and so forth. I think that's good, just like Rush Limbaugh did with the Rush Revere series. But somebody has to, on the right, actually push back and offer some better instructions and textbooks for children. But and the Hodge twins have done that. But there are myriad number of videos of President Trump, long before he was president, talking about Iran.
Oh, yeah.
And how evil it is and how somebody needs to frickin' do something about it. And that needs to end. This is not new. He's been talking about this for years and years. Before he was ever president, he talked about that.
Yep. And Tucker saying that he's weak-minded and all this stuff. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Tucker Carlson? Let's just think about this. Donald Trump has been under attack politically, spiritually, and getting shot at because since he came down the escalator, and he has stood firm and defeated every single one of them. And Tucker Carlson says he's weak-minded. You know who's weak-minded? Tucker Carlson. He'll take the money from whoever's paying and give the opinion they're paying for because he has no principles. Speaking of no principles, I've got another video that I want to share before we're really running short on time, but I really want to I really want to get these in. Here is Don Lemon. Here is Don Lemon and Joy Reid.
Okay.
Doing the Don Lemon and Joy Reid, whatever they're doing. Now, two has-beens that no longer have a show out here being like Charlie and Mike. I'm just saying.
Do you think it's over for MAGA? I think this is the beginning of the end. I really do.
It's done. MAGA done. It's so rinsed out. It's not hot. It's not cute. Even all their little young MAGAs are bored with it. They're mocking it themselves. They're laughing at the Nick Fuentes racists of the world are even done with it. It's burnt out. You know, Donald Trump had his moment, but he used it to get really, really rich. And if you're MAGA, he played y'all. He made it look like it was cool and y'all were going to do the YMCA dance, which is weird. Like, why are y'all into YMCA? Do you understand what you're doing?
What are you doing there, racist? So there she is. Two has-beens that never were, doing podcasts like Charlie and Mike, but we never had multi-million-dollar budgets with multi-million-dollar salaries on major television networks. You see, we're on the bottom of where we always been. So it's not like we lost anything, but you guys did. And you're saying that MAGA is done? That Trump is done? You guys are out of your ever-loving mind. And now here's one more, and then I've got some. The only thing I got left after that is some positive stuff that maybe we could listen to and finish the day off.
Before you move on. Do you know what they call Gitmo, by the way? Those who work at Gitmo, those in the military, YMCA.
Yep. That's true. Was he sending a message?
I mean, what was she implying? Why is he using YMCA?
Gay.
That's exactly what these idiots do.
Gay. By the way, Don Lemon is gay. He's married to a white guy.
Oh yeah. Just if you met him and you didn't know that, give it 5 minutes, he'll tell you. But they just brag about it all the time, and I'm repulsed by that. I'm like, shut up! I don't want to hear that. I didn't sit here and insist that you know that I'm hetero. Man, I dig women. How about you, Don?
Absolutely, especially my wife.
Leave it out of the conversation, dumbass. But the whole thing with just like with Lindsey Graham not being married, and one of the things I was reading was the LGBTQ community is convinced that he's gay because of his anti-LGBTQ stance. So wait, you can't win. What if you would have been pro-LGBTQ? Would you have said, okay, well, he's obviously hetero. He's not really homo. No, because he took a stand against it. That makes him gay? There is no winning with these idiots.
No,
but anyway, I just wanted you to know that that's what the insiders in the military and so on call Gitmo, is YMCA.
Yep.
There you go. All right, buddy, go ahead. What do you got?
I got one more short video, and I believe this is Tucker too.
Tucker, where this leaves the future of the MAGA movement. I mean,
the future of the MAGA. Well, that's over. There's no future of the MAGA movement. Obviously, we're done.
This war caused the end.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, what is the MAGA movement? Trump has defined it as whatever he wants. Well, that's not a movement. That's a tick. That's a preference.
But you believed in it.
I believe in making America great again. I certainly believe in its literal definition. But its operational definition was never clear. What I believe in is putting your country first. If you're leading your country, of course, it's
why are you taking money from Qatar?
The same way that,
and land and a mansion.
Then your neighbor's kids' needs and concerns. You're the parent, not to the exclusion of everyone else's concerns. Like, you don't have to hate your neighbor's kids to love your own. But if it comes down to it, you put your kids first because you're their parent. And that same worldview has to be the way the U.S. government operates in order to be legitimate.
Oh, so in order for the government to be legitimate, we have to think the way Tucker Carlson does as he gets paid from Come on. Okay. As he gets paid from Qatar and
Qatar.
Iran and
I refuse
wherever
to let
else.
them dictate the English language. It was Qatar in the beginning. They decided they wanted to be called Qatar. I don't care. I'm still calling you Qatar. I'm going to stick with that. You should have said it right from the beginning then.
I can barely speak the English language, so
same with Iran. It will always be Iran. Oh, but they're offended by that. And
well, I didn't ran, nor did I walk. What is this? Why isn't this? I thought the video played. Okay, never mind. Well, I won't do that one. It's not a video, and I don't want to read it.
You got one more you're trying to play for us?
I got one more. This is a good news, feel good. Well, it'd probably make you cry. So, but it's a feel good kind of good deal. So this guy's, I'll set it up. This guy that somebody set up a phone in the middle of a busy place in a town somewhere, and it says, "Tell me your good news." So you pick up the phone and just tell the good news. So this guy walks up to the phone and tells his good news, and it's good. It's only 33 seconds.
I found out my dad was cancer-free today, and things haven't been going well recently, so it really meant a lot. I think the social media stuff is weird, and there's a lot of it around here, but I don't know, for some reason the phone felt like a good person to tell. So I'm really happy. But dad's cancer-free.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my goodness. I love that.
So somebody set the phone up,
so
and he walks
good.
up and said his dad was cancer-free today. So,
I love that. Oh, that's fantastic. We need more of that.
Yep.
We need more of this too. I'm quite convinced now at this time and in our lives and at this point in the show. You ready, Mike?
Yeah, you got it.
Are you wearing my tie? What? No. This is mine. I bought this. That's a Brioni navy with gold stripes. I have one of those, and it's not in my closet. I checked this morning twice.
A lot of ties look similar, sir.
That's his tie.
She identified it in 1 second, Marco. From a glance, without stopping. That's a trained eye. She knows every tie I own, by name. Some of them she named herself.
I grabbed the wrong one at the cleaners.
We use the same dry cleaner? That's a security breach, Marco. My ties are classified. Each one has negotiated a different trade deal. That one closed Japan. You're wearing Japan right now.
Do you want it back?
It's contaminated now. Keep it, but know what you're wearing. That tie has more foreign policy experience than most of the Senate.
I don't know who's making those. Normally when you get something that's really funny like that and it goes viral and it'll be funny for 3, 4, and then it starts really getting old. Whoever's creating these baby Trump things, they're absolutely brilliant. Every single
I love the ones with Senator Kennedy in it. Those are great.
I almost showed that one instead, but I went with the Marco one with the tie.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
There's only one. There's two things that I want to leave you with, and I'm not sure how long we've been on. I'm not wearing my glasses again.
About 2 hours and 12 minutes.
No, are we? Oh, shoot. If you're still watching, and frankly, I would have been gone by now. I don't know why you are. I would have been gone by now. But there's two things that
it was Aaron.
two things I want to share with you. Excuse me. One is if it all feels so overwhelming, then the best advice I can give you is to actually approach the creator of the universe and ask him for what he promises us in scripture. And that is a peace beyond all understanding. The word says you have not because you ask not. We don't ask for these things. And we get ourselves so worked up over stuff. And I'm talking to myself when I say this now. I'll get so worked up over something. This is horrible. This is the worst thing ever. And sometimes the Lord has to just kind of like poke me a little bit and go, "Will you sit down with me for a little bit and talk about this?" It changes everything.
Yep.
And when I do give things to the Lord, finally, instead of wrestling with it myself and thinking I'm being so defeatist and I can't win, this is horrible, this is the worst thing ever. 2017 comes to mind with my divorce and both my dogs dying and my brother dying and my mother in the hospital for a month and a half. And me with my own health problems and losing a job, it was just one thing after another piled on. And I look back on it, on the times when people didn't really know.
You got to play
what
that
was going
country
on, and
music
I'm still-
backwards to get all.
Yeah, okay, like country song, yeah. But I look back on it and I realize I went through things that most people say, there's like 5 different things I think that cause people to really start thinking about self-deporting off the planet, as we say, so we can keep the show on YouTube. And I went through all of them. Divorce, death in the family, moving, losing, great loss, losing, and health, my own health and the problems I was going through at the time. I had all 5 of those suckers come down on me at once in 2017. And I look back on it, and it was the times that I stopped. I went for a walk in the woods. I started talking with the Lord, and giving it all to Him. He makes things happen, but we've got to come to Him. What is quoted a lot in Scripture is God causes all things to work together for good for those who love Him, and they end it there. There's more to it. There's more to it.
Yep.
But the modern day American fat bloated Christians don't tell you this part. For those who are called according to His purpose. To be called according to His purpose, you better be communicating with Him. You better be talking to Him. Doors will open, hearts will change, minds will change of people who you just knew were enemies. There's a reason why we're told to pray for our enemies, pray for those who persecute us. That doesn't mean to be weak, not one bit. There was nothing weak about that man, that's for sure. And that's who we're supposed to aspire to be more like every day. So I'm just, if you've been watching the show and you're like, oh, we can't win, oh, it's too awful, I'm scared, whatever, just remember that. He promises us a peace beyond all understanding, but you got to ask Him for it.
Yep.
So that's the one thing I wanted to remind you. The other thing I really wanted to say was, what the heck is this thing over my head? What is that? I keep bumping my hat into it. What is that up there in the corner?
I don't know. What is it? Oh, you're talking about the QR code. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Jeez.
What is that thing?
He's talking about this. By the way, we got something new I want to share with you. Nueva Body, which we've had, but it's Nueva Body Plus now. They've changed the formula and they've made it better. My wife's over here staring at me like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. They've changed the formula and they've done it better. And I'm looking for the doggone post I had set up. There it is. So I could read it.
You mean it's new and improved?
It's new and improved.
Well, that's not just old Tide. It's new and improved Tide.
That's right. It's new and improved.
With xylitol.
It's even better than that. Here's what it is. We all know pool season's here and we're trying to get in shape, right? Well, now we're introducing Nueva Body Plus. It is a new triple stack formula of peptide designed to support your body composition, metabolism, recovery, performance, and cellular energy. I have a feeling that this one is going to be something different. It's going to be part of your daily routine. It's not about it's also, check this out. It's also now the most affordable pep stack on the market because they lowered the price. It's unbelievable.
I can't wait to get this. I was seriously at a health food store. I'm not kidding. Just yesterday asking about peptides. I'm like, wow, really? They're all so expensive. Yeah, I was just yesterday. So tell me more. You got
Tell me more.
Mm-hmm.
So let me.
I know they're very beneficial. I know it's something that's
okay. What this one is?
Research is done.
This is Nueva Body Plus. It's an advanced wellness formula, designed to support healthy body compensate. I can't say the words. composition. That's why I can't. That's why I can't say the word. It was off the screen. Physical performance, metabolic function, and recovery as part of an active lifestyle. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. It is a combination of SLOOP, which is SLUPP332, which is a amino acid, 5 amino acid 1-MQ, and BPC157. Body Plus is developed. So there's 3 peptides. Body Plus is developed for the individual seeking comprehensive support for movement, consistency, and whole body performance. And here's the deal. Here is the best part of this whole thing. It is about, right now, $50 cheaper than it was last month.
Good.
The price. $50 cheaper than it was. So you're saving $50 off of it right now. It's available.
For how
you can
long?
get it forever. That's the price.
Awesome.
And by the way, it's $70 cheaper if you get it on the auto ship. But by the way, it's a little secret. I'm going to whisper in your ear about this great
And
company.
you get 10% off if you use this QR code.
Let me tell you, it's a secret, but I'm going to tell you. You can order it on auto ship and then turn off the auto ship and still get the price. But don't tell anybody I told you that. Okay? And again, you could do that next month too.
Company loves you for that.
I know, right? So hit the QR code or send a message to patriotmikeshow@gmail.com and say, I saw you on Charlie and Mike last night, and I want to know about this product. I'm going to try it. I've been checking out the peptides. They cost $1 gazillion at the Walgreens or the health food store or wherever you go to get it.
It really is. I first of all laughed and said, "You're kidding," and I walked out of the store without it. I couldn't afford it. It was too much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to
was
get
only
this.
one.
Actually,
that was one, not a stack of 3. And you see,
No.
the thing is, if you go to the health consultant, like there's the alternative medicine health consultant person, and they said you need to get on these things. They're going to tell you to take these 3, okay? And you're gonna buy it from them. It's going to be $300 a bottle, and it's injected. So you're looking at $900.
And then you got that, yeah.
And if this is a pill, and it's not that much, it's like $149 or something like that, which it was over $200. So
they are that expensive, and he's right. You're going to be paying that just for one peptide, not a 3-stack. So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That
Yes.
makes it.
I'm excited about it because it's this product right here. If you want to know more information about it, I can tag you in a Facebook post. So like I said, patriotmikeshow@gmail.com. We'll get connected. We'll talk about it. Charlie will get the credit. This is all for Charlie. And I can show you people's testimonies over and over and over again about this product and how it's changed their lives. So it's amazing what's going on, how this has done it. So anyways, just wanted to make sure we filled that in, got that in before the show ended. Anything else, Charlie?
Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Wherever you're watching right now, hit that
I gotta
like
do that.
button. People forget.
I'm hitting
and
the like button. There you go.
They have so many other podcasters. It's just insane to me how people fall right in line. Somebody says something and they happen to have some good followers, and everybody will copy it and start saying the same thing. It drives me crazy. So here's my impression of them. Hey, be sure and smash that like button. Smash that like button. They all say it. Stop it. Please hit the like button. Click the like button.
Smash the like button.
Don't smash it. Don't smash it.
I don't know how
It'll
you
work
smash it
much
with the
more
clicker.
effective. And it'll work. Yes. Don't smash your mouse. Don't smash your keyboard. Don't smash it.
That's one thing I hate about modern technology is when I was younger, I used to be able to slam that phone down when I got mad. You can't slam the phone down.
Isn't that the truth? Now you're going,
about
forget
shattered.
it. Stop calling me. Slam. You're right. I missed that.
You remember?
I'm
You remember
sorry.
when you slammed the old
You
phone?
people under 40 will never understand
when
the
you
joy of
slam the phone
slamming a
down,
phone down.
and you slam it so hard you trigger the bells inside of it. It would kind of ring
Ring,
when you did it.
Uh-huh.
Those were the
And you couldn't crack those things.
no,
The
no,
old
they were.
the old phones were so tough.
By the way, some of the older ones are worth some money on eBay. Just saying. I've sold a
Really?
few
I
over
got
the
a
years, yeah.
couple. I got a couple. I collect phones and old radios. And I guess a pretty cool collection of cars, smaller scale cars. But I only get models of vehicles that I've either always wanted or I've actually owned. Like I found a 68 Chevelle Malibu. And one of those, it's about this long. It's got the working doors and the hood and the wheels that actually like they have little shock absorbers.
Nerd.
It's like a big Hot Wheels 68 Chevelle Malibu.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it in the store. I'm like, that was my first car. Are you serious? I got to buy that. It was old when I had it. It's even older now. I wish I still had it. Had a 327 in it for my gearhead friends. Any fellow gearhead watching right now?
Yeah.
327, 4-barrel Rochester. Of course, I turned the air cover upside down. So when you stepped on it, it was louder. And put some glass packs on it. Then got busted because it was too loud. Had to pay to get regular mufflers put back on it because I couldn't weld. And what else did I do to spruce that up? Oh, of course, you got to have the chrome valve covers. Yeah, of course I put those on. What are you, crazy? 327.
Did you have the little twisty deals to tighten down the valve covers?
No, I did not have that. That would have been pretty dang cool. I wish I would have thought of that. And of course, you remember when you would turn the distributor to affect the timing, and you had to do your timing light.
Yeah,
See, man,
I remember that.
All of y'all under 40, I'm sorry.
Since we're going long anyways,
but
how about that? Can you see that? You know what that is?
Looks like a bushing.
Nope.
What is it?
It's two lobes off of a cam.
Oh, no way. Oh, I couldn't see it very well. Oh,
this
no
is
way. Look at that.
Turn 4 at the Missouri State Fairgrounds, turned about 76 RPMs when it went. That's what's left of the motor. Basically, what happened was it was flat tapping cam because I was street stock. The push rod decided it was going to fall over and catch in the valley for the intake, and it stopped. The push rod stopped. The rest of the motor was going 7,300 RPMs. This is the cam lobe where the push rod stopped. The rest of the motor kept going, except for this piece. It got ejected out and went like, have you ever seen the movie Gravity with Sandra Bullock?
You would shoot holes through oil pans and so on.
Well, I had holes through the oil pan. I had holes through the carburetor. I had holes through the valve covers. I had holes everywhere. They grenaded. This piece right here was sticking outside the block about that far.
Oh, good heavens. That's hilarious.
I saved not one piece. It was catastrophic, like in the movie Gravity, where just one hit the other, hit the other, hit the other, it was instantaneous, just like that. Good times. That was an Overstock 383 that had 13-to-1 compression pistons in it. And then the heads were shaved, so it was so tight. When you go to start that thing, it would go whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
383, was that Chrysler?
No, that was a Chevy, 350 Chevy, 60 over.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You boarded out, stroked and bored.
Yep.
I'm glad we grew up when we did, Mike. I'm glad we did. We experienced things that people now will never know the joy of.
Yep.
And that's too bad.
Because Jeff Lockington, he's probably not still watching. His cars are all electric. So when you step on the gas of that car, it goes. In the street stock, man, it was with the earplugs in. It was stomach. You could feel it here. Feel it. That was good times. Those were good times. I couldn't do it today.
The radical cam. My 58 T-Bird that I'm currently restoring. It's been a very long process. because I'll get a little money, I'll put a little bit more money into it, and then it has to sit when I'm all broke again. Collecting cars really is a hobby for the rich, and I'm not a rich guy anymore. I'm not that rich dude anymore, but I bought it when I still had money, and so now I'm hanging on to it like grim death. You should sell that T-Bird. You need the money. You need to get to come on. You should sell it. No, I'm not going to sell it. No, someday. That's my making poor decisions and not being a good steward of my money. Sorry, Father.
We're all going to end up in the same place. So we can't take the money with us. So it doesn't matter.
There you go. I like that. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for having me on again, Mike. And thank you for watching and contributing in the chat room. It was so funny watching people start off on their own conversations. They weren't even listening to what we were saying. We had a whole conversation about a Christmas or the Christmas Story movie. Somebody referenced a Bumpus's hound.
Yep. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. There's 401 comments in the comment section. I got a little ticker up here. It tells me.
Oh, that's cool.
401 comments in the chat room. So you guys are chatting away. Chatty chat.
And I do fully agree with this, by the way.
We had the best music. Well, we had music anyway. The stuff they have now is just overproduced, fake. Everybody's lip syncing. Nobody's real. Was back in the day.
We had the best music and cars.
Yep.
Mike is a youngster. We had some pretty dang good food too. And it was full of chemicals and additives and preservatives. You kids, you just don't understand. So anyway, drinking out of hoses, all that stuff. Thank you very much for your time. You can find me at charliesimons.com. This is my website right here. I do have merchandise in my little merch store there, like this mug, big old 15-ounce coffee mug. Let's talk about politics and religion. You'll be helping my show.
Buy a mug. Go buy a mug.
Buy a mug.
We need to put a mug together for Charlie and Mike.
We do. I got a new hat on there too.
Trump was right about everything. You're going to find out in a couple days he was more than right about everything.
So I can't wait for that. Maybe we should do a special show. Maybe we should actually invite everybody to join us, and we'll watch it on the air together.
Well, let's talk about it. I may have obligations that day. I'll have to see.
Too bad.
We'll talk about it off the air.
I think that'd be fun.
Somebody says jarts. Remember jarts? The toy that you tossed. The toy that you tossed in the yard. The
lawn darts.
Yeah, lawn darts, jarts. That's what that is.
I never knew that they actually had a name other than lawn darts. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you probably got the stuff at the.
We could do a whole show about things that
were better back in the day.
Not only that, but what I'd love to do a show about is things that people take so for granted now. Mike and I are old enough that we predate that.
Yeah, like the internet, the cell phone.
Microwave oven. I remember my mom and dad first got a microwave oven. Yep.
I remember when we first got color television. I remember we first got cable.
I remember my dad telling me to get up and change the channel for him.
Oh yeah, that was my official.
And to get up and turn up the volume or to turn down the volume.
Yeah, we had cable television. I think there were 13 stations.
Yes.
My dad had the little box thing like this that had.
We didn't have cable TV, by the way, where I grew up down in Bakersfield. It was all broadcast.
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days, this was a different time and a different place.
If you want to turn your brights on your car, you had to step on a button on the floor.
I still have one. My old Dodge truck's like that.
My T-Bird too. I love it. I love it, man. And they all came with AM radios. No FM on there. It was all AM. And even before that, they used to have presets already with the call letters of the radio station on it, so you could just press the button. That was not only in car radios. For example, you buy your radio or your vehicle in Northern California, you had KFRC, KGO, KSFO. What was one of the other big ones? Anyway, it was already preset on your radios. So, man, I'm reminiscing now. I'm on a roll.
Jay Boland says my high school papers were from encyclopedias. We don't we don't have encyclopedias anymore either. No, remember the big old Encyclopedia Britannicas and stuff?
Of course.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, we had the World Book.
Having to go to the library and figure out the Dewey Decimal System to find your stupid book and stuff. Remember all that stuff? The big
$39 for a door-to-door salesman for my mom to be able to buy this the World Book encyclopedia collection. And my mom didn't have the money, but she was a sucker for door-to-door salesmen and just buying their product, hopefully. Although I don't look a thing like my brother. But
anyway,
she bought these Encyclopedia Britannicas.
That's what happened in Forrest Gump to get him into
World
school.
Book Encyclopedia Britannicas, which was supposed to be the best of the best. And she didn't have the money, so she went into my dad's little collection in the closet of coins and gave that World Book salesman 40 silver dollars.
Oh, goodness.
Real Morgan silver dollars is how she paid for those World Books. My dad was so mad. Imagine what they'd be worth now, those coins.
Well, about $55 a piece, somewhere in that neighborhood right now, as we talk.
At least, yeah. Yeah. And I think...
And the encyclopedias today are probably in somebody's trash bin, thrown in the dump, and gone.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But the silver market, I've been trying to follow that, even though I don't have the money to buy any. But so many of my friends are trying to buy actual real silver and gold. And now I've got somebody else telling me, and Mike, we should do a show about this too, for heaven's sake. I'm bringing all this up as we're trying to end. I have another friend who's telling me, Charlie, listen to me. Listen to me. Buy a dong. Get it on. Buy a dong. She's telling me to buy Vietnamese currency. She's saying
just like all the people that said to buy Iraqi currency. How's that work?
She's saying it's going to explode. Dongs are going to explode.
Let me ask you a question. Is it made of precious metal
But
or
they
is
were
it
like,
fiat currency?
No, exactly. I know what you're saying. It's still paper. It's still monopoly money. It's only worth as much as everyone tells you it's worth. But silver, precious metal, you got to invest time into it. You got to extract it from the earth. And same with gold, which is even more rare. But silver is the thing that people are always going to have because nothing can, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not an electrician. Conducts electricity better than silver.
Actually, gold conducts electricity better than silver. The problem is it's way more cost effective to use silver.
Yeah. But silver has healing properties too that I'm finding out more and more all the time.
The reason why your silverware was either silver or gold plate or silver plated, the reason why back during the Civil War the doctors' utensils were silver plated is because silver kills bacteria. Now they didn't understand that back then, but they knew that it worked.
Right.
So silver kills bacteria by its very nature. That's what it does.
So if I had any money right now, but where do you even buy it? And everybody's saying
there's a wives' tale that says don't use a metal spoon to get your honey or a metal knife to get your honey out of your honey jar.
I've heard that too.
My honey comes in 1 gallon jugs that I buy from the honey lady down the street that's got the bees. So
the honey lady.
So when I get it, they say, oh, you can't use that. Comes from silver because silver would kill the good bacteria that was in the honey. But if you use your stainless steel or you use, whatever you got, it don't make a difference nowadays because we don't use silver.
Interesting. Oh, thanks for that clarification. I did not know that.
Yep.
But where would you even buy it? How do you buy it?
Buy what?
Let's say silver. I had some money and I'm going to buy some silver. Where do you go to do that?
Pawn store. You go to online. You can go
You're
to
talking about coins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, or bars or whatever you want to buy. JEM Bullion.
You can buy bars of silver at pawn shops.
Yes. Not all of them, but some of them.
You can't test them. You have no idea whether it's pure or not.
Well, do you trust the folks? Money metal exchange. These are the big ones. You can go buy from the big ones. And the thing is, this is their business. They're not going to screw you over because this is what they do. They're the pros. So, and of course,
And they're all Jews.
Yeah, probably. But be careful. Don't buy it off Temu. That's a bad idea.
If you're just now tuning in and you're thinking Charlie just made a terribly anti-Semitic comment, it was a joke based on a conversation we had earlier.
Yeah.
Temu, don't buy anything on Temu because it's a communist Chinese owned and operated company.
Well,
That's a
don't
good
buy
reason
them on
there.
Temu because it turns out they're not really silver. So
and then there's that. I'm talking about anything.
But Mike, they're $5 a piece. Yeah, I know. That's because they're
so you haven't really answered my question though. Where would I go to actually buy silver if I wanted to?
I just told you. Money Metals Exchange, APMX, JB Bullion. On the top of my head, there's a couple others of the big names. You go there, you select, you buy it, and they ship it to you. It's all legit, and you don't have a problem. But you can go if you know your pawn shop folks. There's coin stores, there's that kind of places. If you know those papers, you can buy too. Now, what I do is I like to go to auctions and buy it at auctions. But then again, I've done this for a long time. I don't recommend that. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can get burnt real bad. So I can't ever buy coins at auctions because they're just crazy. But I can buy the jewelry. It's usually
what
cheap.
do you mean you can't buy silver coins at an auction?
Because a $50 silver coin is going to at the auctions go for $100 because people, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So JM Bullion, somebody says in the comment section, there's a JB and a JM, either one will work. There's some other ones too. There's several different places that you can go. Coin shops have them. Pawn shop have it. Many times people will pawn it and they'll retail it because they get more money out of it than melting it. So, and they check that stuff.
About how are we going to barter with that? Let's say all hell breaks loose and the zombie apocalypse happens.
I buy dimes. That's what I buy when I go on to the big shops and I order it. I buy. This is just my opinion. You do you. Because I have eagles too. I have other rounds. I have all kinds of stuff. But I buy dimes, and here's why. Because a dime is worth about $3 right now. So if I wanted to go into the convenience store down the street at the end times, and no one's taking cash, but I got a silver dime that's worth $3, and I want a $3 soda pop, fair exchange. That's why I buy dimes.
So there was a time. I know quarters were, and of course dollars, silver dollars were of course silver, pure silver, almost pure, up until 1964, was it?
64 and older, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars.
We're all silver.
They
did not have that layer of copper or whatever.
90% silver, yes. They're called coin silver. So you got sterling is 90, sterling is 92.5%, 92.5% silver. There's stuff added to it to make it durable. Coin silver is right at 90%, 90% silver because there's stuff added to it to make it durable. Silver is really, really, really soft. So a lot of times when you go buy like that, looks like Mexican. Is that Mexican silver or is that 925? Is it marked?
This was my grandfather's. That's why I wear it. I'm not much of a jewelry wearing guy, but
if it's not marked 925 and it's marked Navajo or Mexico or something like that, it's probably coin silver because they took the Mexico pesos that
and melted them down.
And hammered them. Actually, didn't melt them. They hammered them out. Down,
did they?
And made jewelry out of them because the jewelry was more valuable as silver than it was as a coin.
It says A.L. Sterling.
Then it's 925. It's sterling. It's 925.
And that's what they do down in Mexico, right? Because I've actually.
Well, they do that everywhere. All your silver jewelry is 925.
Oh, got it. So it's not
sterling.
Really pure.
That's
so
what,
it's not. It's really worth.
You can buy. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's worth what it weighs.
Okay.
It's silver. It's sterling silver. It's almost pure silver, but they add a little bit of alloy to it to make it stronger. Now you go buy your silver rounds, your ingots, and that kind of stuff. They're 999. My father-in-law has 99999 pure silver, which means that it's about as pure as it gets. But it's still worth silver. It still has silver in it. It's still worth what it weighs in silver in sterling. and it's a slightly different price, but it's value. There's value there.
So for a while, I was a security guard for a Tesla plant. Just a friend of mine has a security guard company, and he goes, "Charlie, I need somebody really badly." And I wound up filling in and working there for a couple of months. And there's these, it's very, very thin, but it's this constant coil of wire. And because I'm asking, I don't know. I'm working at a Tesla plant, and I have no idea what this is. I just know I'm a security guard, and I'm supposed to make my rounds, and I'm supposed to try and look like I'm more badass than I am. And I am, I'm checking in and filling this out and all this stuff, and I see these coils of this wire. And that's the most closely guarded out of everything at this Tesla plant. And I start asking some of the people who work there when I got friendly with them, what is that? Why is it so, oh, we got to watch this, got to protect that, got to make sure and check in. It was kept behind a gate and inside the warehouse, an extra layer of security around it. And they said, because it's pure silver. We use it in the components to make what we make for the Tesla automobiles.
That's
it's
why
pure silver.
That's why in, I don't know, almost a year ago, they bought, Elon Musk went out and bought a whole bunch, I mean, like billions of dollars worth of silver futures so that he could get the silver that he needs if the silver got in short supply. And so anyways, there's lots of silver in a Tesla. There's lots of silver in your computers and your phones and that kind of stuff. Gold too. But getting it out is cost prohibitive. That's why they don't. So.
Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. I, woulda, shoulda, coulda. If I hadn't lost everything in 2017 in my divorce and everything else that happened, I'd be looking at buying silver. I truly would, because I think that's the one commodity. Go ahead and go gold crazy all you want. I just know that there's always going to be a demand, at least in my mind. Tell me if I'm wrong, but there's always going to be a demand for silver in the future.
It's always going to be a demand for both. It just depends. And the problem is converting it. But that won't be a problem when there's nothing else. When we're on a barter system, it won't be a problem. It'll work itself out. So I say that you need to have, here's what I've preached on my show. You need to have silver in some form. You need to have gold in some form. You need to hold it. It doesn't need to be paper somewhere. You need to have a couple weeks worth of cash on hand under your pillow, in your safe, whatever it is. So whatever a couple weeks of cash is for you. For some people, just imagine if the shit hit the fan, excuse my language, ding, ding, where's your bell? We're in a shift area. The proverbial fecal matter has hit the rotating, oscillating device.
Right.
This is what I say that you need. 2 weeks. If you didn't have to pay your mortgage, didn't have to pay your gas bill, your electric bill, nothing like that, because there's no way to pay it. 2 weeks of that cash on hand. How much cash would that be? Because if it lasts longer than 2 weeks, your cash isn't going to be worth anything anyway. Follow what I'm saying? And so someone just said beanie weenies, and that's another thing that I say. Make sure you have a couple of extra cans of beanie weenies so you have something to eat. Well, so when everybody's rushing to Walmart to get the last can of beanie weenies, you've already got yours. So I say this. The government now says you need 7 days. They used to say 3 days. The government now says you need 7 days of palatable water and shelf-stable food. That's a gallon of water for every member of your family per day. And that's enough calories. That's 2,500 calories per member of family per day. You need to have that. So a week of that. And then your own comfort level. How long, what do you want? You know, I was talking to a guy the other day, said he had 2 years. I was talking to some lady, a very, very wealthy lady, owns lots of commercial rental property. And she said to me that she thinks she might have, because they eat out all the time, she might have a couple packages of infant oatmeal in her cupboard. And I'm like, well, that's probably not going to do it. You might need a little more. So so you're saying to me, well, how do I get that? How do I get that kind of thing? Well, when you're in Walmart and you're shopping for your groceries, budget an extra $20 and grab a bag of rice and a bag of beans, put it in some kind of container that seals so the rodents don't get to it. And you do that every time you go to Walmart. Also, you could buy canned foods. They'll stay for a long time. Whatever, make sure you buy stuff you'll eat because you may end up eating it. But if you just did that a little at a time, then it could build up and you'll have something. Or
what are you going to cook it with? What are you going to cook those rice and beans with?
Well, you take the beans and you boil them and they turn into beans.
Oh, really? How are you going to boil them? What are you going to boil them in?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I have a friend who
nobody talks about water. When I talk to preppers, even
why do you think I said you need a gallon of water per person per day?
And how are you going to heat it? What do you got set up for that?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
You're assuming that we're still going to have electricity. If all hell breaks loose, there's not going to be any. You're not getting any money out of your ATM. You're not getting any gasoline out of the gas station.
That's 100,000 gallons of purified water. Right there.
You lost me.
That is 100,000 gallons of purified water. That's a water purifier.
But that doesn't mean it makes any more sense.
Well, you fill the bag up, put your water out your creek, you attach the bag to the Sawyer water purification system, which has charcoal and ceramic purifiers. The water drips out right there, or you can attach your water bottle right onto the end of it, and it just drips out right there.
I've had some great discussions with some preppers, and a lot.
You know, I had that just right there. It's just right there.
That's funny you had that right there, considering we had no idea.
Well, let me tell you this too. We need to get off here, but let me tell you this too. So, a friend of mine, somebody that everybody knows on my show, he lived in North Carolina when the storm a couple years ago came through, and he was like 3 weeks up on top of his mountain. He couldn't get down. He was by himself, but he was kind of a preppy guy. He was kind of a prepper. He was fine, and he had his charcoal grill. He has gas grill. He has the extra propane. He said what he discovered though was he had really nice cooking pots and pans, and he had a big pot to boil water in. He said the problem was it was a big heavy pot, but it took too much fuel, gas or fire, to get that pot to warm up to make boiled water. Now, with that Sawyer purifier, I don't need to boil the water, by the way. But he said, so one of the things that he was going to change in his prep, because I asked him, what are you going to change now? One of the things he said that he was going to change is he was going to go down to the dollar store and get himself a $5 cheap, thin pan so it doesn't take as much energy to boil the water. There's just a little thing like that you find out. The other thing he said that he wished he had done is had more bar oil for his chainsaw, because all the trees were down and he didn't have enough bar oil. He said I had a little tube of it. That was it.
Oh, well, that's an easy fix. Just get an electric chainsaw.
Yeah, that'll solve your problem when all the power poles are down. But
there's so many things that we just don't think of. I'm glad you mentioned water, but most people don't. That never seems to come across in the discussion. We need at least a gallon per person per day.
This is $30. It's compact. It's $30. You can put it in your bag. You carry it with you. Throw one in your car. It's $30. It's 100,000 gallons. So you run the water to get it through there, right? And it's so what you do is you take. Whoops! I just dropped it on the floor. Hold on a second.
Made in China.
No, it's not. It's made here in the United States.
Okay.
So you take this off, and you take your clean water. Watch this. You take your clean water and put it on this side, so it flows this way. You clean water on this side. You squeeze it, and it forces all the stuff out. And you cleaned your filter, and you can reuse it.
Cool. I got one of those Life Straw things. I actually have more.
Life Straw is the exact same thing this is, okay? But
only
with
on a
this
bigger
one,
scale. You can store
you
it.
take the bag and you put it into the water to fill the bag. With the Life Straw, you put your face down into the water.
Right, you got to put your face down there. Right.
But I have a couple life straws too in one of my bags just in case. But this is probably the best way to do it. By the way, and the other thing is that you should probably learn how to do is go to your local Boy Scout down the street. You should learn how to make fire without fire. Learn how to make fire without a match. Just saying.
Yeah, you can YouTube it.
You could YouTube it, but sometimes I'm not.
There's no more Boy Scouts out here in California. They've all been.
Well, I personally know 3 Eagle Scouts.
They all got taken over by the homos and disbanded. Thank you, Mike, and thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us.
We had a 3-hour show. We said we're going to do this earlier so that we're not as late.
That's a good point. Sorry. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. Most importantly, America bless God.
Amen.
Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. Talk about it. Tell the truth. God and country in the booth. We stand strong. We hold the line. Won't shut up. Not this time. Hands on heart, eyes up high. We were made to testify. Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. God and country, we stand right. Truth on fire, we won't hide. USA, USA, side by side. Let them hear us, clear and loud. One small voice can move a crowd. Charlie and Mike, God and country.